Hello, and welcome to Holding Action.
Sorry.
That seems a little uncalled for.
I waited for everybody to do their thing.
Not really being a professional
No, but it
D&D player.
It felt fun to do.
He's part of the Guild of Goatees.
Welcome to the show where the chaos and combat are controlled by the rules of Dungeons and Dragons. We are set to pick up from a rather emotional and dramatic series of events to close out what seems to be the last remnants of the Shadowfell arc. And we will catch everybody up momentarily. Before we do, we must get to the most important bit of news.
I don't think that's true.
We must get to the mandated and expected quasi-entertaining / sponsor, like...
You're... Hi.
If we don't do it, we're not holding up our end of the arrangement.
Yeah, that's much better.
There you go.
Hello. So, very quickly, just want to tell you about a game store
What?
that we all like. I know, right?
Which game store is
Egan,
that?
Minnesota.
Is
Woodbury.
that the fucking Jim Dwight Mentos thing? The
St. Paul,
Altoids?
Grand
Yeah.
Avenue.
What are you doing? Okay, so he
so-
nailed the locations.
Yeah,
We got that.
nailed it. That would be the Gaming Goat. So there's 3 metro locations. Mike already said him what it was.
St. Paul, Woodbury, Egan.
Nailed
Bam! Double nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
So, what
Did you just
can...
piano yourself?
Pop
Okay.
quiz, hot shot. What are the 3 locations?
Yeah.
So, in stores today, which you can go in and purchase with your money, your hard-earned or stolen money.
You ducats.
Yeah.
You bling.
Doll hairs?
You jang.
No,
Doll
they don't.
hairs.
They're a professional location. They don't take doll hair.
They don't barter?
No.
I mean, they do, actually.
Well, not.
Technically.
They've
You
already
have-
done the bartering. You just get to purchase the things.
Well,
that
but
were
you can
already
barter
bartered
your
for.
old games and your old magic cards, and then you
I
can
think
barter
we're getting
them
lost
for
in the
goods.
weeds.
You know
It's
what?
not-
Maybe
not-
we'll just let Jones finish.
Not even what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So what you should do is go down and actually pretend that you are gonna barter, and you walk in, bam, you kick the door in very nicely down at the bottom where the metal is, not where the glass is, so it
Yeah.
breaks. Also, make sure you have your hand on the handle so when you kick it, it opens very nicely. You walk in, you say, "Hey, sirs or madams, what I want is I want the Dungeon of the Mad Mage new D&D book, and I want it for 30% off." And you know what they're gonna say?
You drive a hard bargain,
Mm-hmm.
but I agree to your
Yeah,
terms.
it's a good thing you have a license and not a permit. You can have that book for 30% off, and you can have the other book, Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica, also 30% off. And then you're like, "Pff, I didn't even bring that much money." That's a great thing to know, though.
Yeah.
Next time, I'll buy that one.
Yep.
So then you can get both of those 30% off at the Gaming Goat all time, as long as it's in stock.
Right.
But they also do special orders, so don't trip. So you go in, D&D, Pathfinder, all 30% off. Everything else, 10 to 30% off depending on the item.
Is there another way to get a Guilds of Ravnica book?
What?
Yes,
Mm.
you can.
Are you keeping that one a secret though?
No, I just hadn't got there yet.
That one seems
So,
Yeah,
also
applicable.
because the Gaming Goat loves us, and we love them.
right.
All 3 metro locations. Though I personally have never stepped foot into the Woodbury location. I can confidently say I would like it there.
I've been there. Yeah.
So, what they have given us to give to you is 1 copy of the Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. That we're going to give away tonight.
That's right.
What?
We're gonna give 2 people. No, we're gonna give 1 person. We're gonna give it to 1 person.
Yeah, 1 copy to 1 person.
I am done. I am gonna let you finish.
1 copy to 1 person, not 1 copy to 2 people. If you guys decide to share, that's on you.
Yeah, not 2 copies to 1 person either. That seems like a waste.
That would be
Yes.
not resourceful.
I mean, it's not necessarily wasteful. You got your one that you keep pristine, and then one that you like.
Oh
use
shit,
all the
that's
time.
Who
yeah.
does that?
You could.
I'm
Nice.
trying to think how many
Called
guides of
out.
or Xanthar.
They're collector's editions.
Right.
You know what? Not even important. I think Xanthar himself would have 2 copies.
Exactly.
Yes.
So stick around for the break. Because if you don't hear the code word and you come back and you're like, hey, I just took a mean deuce, what's the word? I'm just going to put in a word. That's not going to win it for you unless you see other people putting in that word and then you can put in that word.
So that's the thing.
Yeah, so, but that means you have to watch us until the break. That's on y'all. You got fucking suckered into this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so you might as well stick around. You thought we were going to give it away before we started playing?
No.
I don't think so.
This
That's
is
not
a
how anybody does it.
Terrible commercial stunt or something.
Yeah. What do you think you're going to get a plot of land in Louisiana if you don't go check out these pots and pans? I don't think so.
I'm almost certain I don't get the exact reference, but I also agree with it.
So that's it.
Yes.
So go to the game and go spend your money.
That's it.
And
That's-
barter if necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
think
the bartering's already done.
That's the main takeaway.
You could
here,
try to roll
is
bedroom eyes and see if you can get more money off like multiple copies of things, like 2 books. Maybe they'll say, you know what?
31%.
All right.
Seems like a thing.
You know, I rolled a 6, so didn't work.
All right, so thank
I'm
you
pretty sure
for
everything
that,
is
Jones.
pretty
Please
important,
make
so.
sure you are tuned in until the break. We will give a code word. You can put the code word in, and if we select your code word, the individual whose code word was input, you will win a free copy of the newly
One
released.
copy.
Correct. One person
Yep.
will win a copy of the newly released Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. So hang around for that. Jackie, would you please discuss the Let's Play and the past Let's Play and the future Let's Play, and let's talk about it.
Let's talk about Let's Play.
Uh.
So we started streaming games, just, regular video games.
All the games. Earthbound,
Like
Gem.
Fallout 76 that we played on Wednesday for way too long.
A little bit, yeah.
I don't know if that's true.
Okay, so maybe we didn't stream the whole time, but I went to bed at 4.
I mean, I don't think that's
Anyways,
factor.
so we're doing games like Fallout 76,
Worms.
Overwatch,
Not Fortnite.
Mega Man Soccer.
pretty
Mega
much
Man
anything that
Can we
entertains
do Mega Man
us.
Soccer?
But what we
I
started
think you
playing,
need to do Mega Man Soccer now.
Yeah, we need
I
to
don't know
get-
if I don't even know if you were that excited
We
for
got-
Fallout 76.
Yeah, and the original Mutant League Football for Sega, I'm up on that. So
Yeah.
we could do that if you wanted to.
All right.
so that's
what
going
we're
to
doing.
be
I think it's if you
Tuesdays,
wanted to.
starting last Wednesday because that's when Fallout 76 came out. But it will be Tuesdays,
Tuesday, starting last
Wednesday,
Wednesday.
7 p.m. So come and join us and have some fun and chat with us and watch our crazy going-ons.
Boom.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in there chatting.
Yeah, it was fun.
So-
That was
That is a thing.
friggin' hilarious.
So, make sure you jump in for that. Make sure you hang around to make sure you get the code word so you can win yourself a guide. And then also, whilst you're watching, being entertained for the low, low price of free, make sure that you are taking the time to follow, to like, subscribe, share with friends. Hit the Facebook, hit the Instagram. I guess we got a
Hit the
WordPress.
Quan.
The Quan, our MySpace page
Yeah,
is
the
probably
blogger.
still up.
Discord?
Live journal.
Yes, all those things.
I
We
don't
have
know
we
what
have all the
Discord
things.
is.
Except the Pinterest. We don't have a Pinterest.
We don't.
Yeah.
Shit, not
We
yet.
went
We
over
talked
that
about it last
week.
Friday.
did.
And we didn't move forward with it.
Someone make a Pinterest for us and then send us an email trying to extort us for money to take over the Pinterest. And then we will not have a Pinterest ever. With that being the case, let us get into this episode
I
of
actually use Pinterest.
Holding Action.
I don't know what the Mega Man Soccer soundtrack is, but I would have done that.
Okay, so to catch up on the recent events of Finger Guns, they had plodded through the Shadowfell, formerly referred to as the Gloryfell, in pursuit of Walker's recently discovered sister. Later discovered to have been cursed by a powerful something or other that has yet to take a name or form.
It was a Mamma Jamma.
Right.
Powerful Mamma Jamma.
Powerful Mamma Jamma. And ultimately had cursed her to never be able to die, and the curse itself sort of oozed through the plane of the Gloryfell, turning it into a shadowy, depressing location. After a fight with a powerful boss that ended up briefly taking the life of the group's ranger and cleric Walker, the group mounted a secondary attack, recovering Walker's soul in the process, bringing him back only to square off against his sister. Along with the entirety of what was left of the Golden Wing Keep's army, following their former king, they marched to the Heartbreak Gates, flew to the Heartbreak Gates on the back of a golden dragon, landing outside, facing the challenges within, stealing their nerve, and eventually, just barely, emerging victorious. Unfortunately, during the course of the fight, much damage was taken by all, but Hara received a damaging blow from a blade tipped with some kind of poison. Currently theorized to be the same poison that nearly brought Advara, Walker's sister, to her end, that brought her to make a deal with the devil of sorts. Currently, she seems to be unreceptive to healing to a certain extent, and her physical form is marred by poisonous streaks working its way through her skin. After the group eventually did succeed against Advara's onslaught of blades, they decided to bring her body back, as well as the Golden Keep's Flywing, Barondel, and Walker's, or Padir's more so, cousin, Valenzia, who wished to come along and help in the fight against Advara as her former apprentice. The group wrangled everyone up together, brought them back to the Golden Wing Keep, and in front of the glory spark that remained protecting this very small portion of what was left of the castle, the group performed a resurrection ritual to bring Advara back in the hopes of breaking the curse that currently hung over the Shadowfell. It turns out that this was in fact a possibility, and it seems as if not only was her soul willing, Advara's soul was fighting to return. But in order to end the cycle, the curse had to be interrupted long enough for her form to actually die. And during a rather dramatic exchange with her former brother, current brother, Walker used the King's Blade, Glory's Edge, and put an end to the cycle in the Shadowfell, laying his sister to ruin and stepping away to process the events of the arc thus far. The group then did their best to arrange Advara's body as it began to turn gold and solidify, as is the custom of dead elves, formerly of the Gloryfell ilk. The group retired to get some rest after a very long fight, and awoke the next morning to Durazo's preparation of Advara's body and a ritual meant to entomb important individuals in the Flywing Keep. The group took the golden form of Advara down to the Fair Thurin area of the tomb, placed her in a throne designed for her to sit upon at some point, probably long ago, and watched as her body molded in place to take her seat among the rest of her family. The group now sits in front of the Fair Thurin tomb, all left alone temporarily by the guards who had escorted them there, and you sit facing the now 2 full and 2 empty chairs that were meant to house the entirety of the Fair Thurin line. So, what happens next?
Okay, so like you guys have got these people that are turning gold in my necklace. Like, is this where they're supposed to go?
No.
I don't.
There was that field right before the royal chamber. I think we should ask
But, like,
what they want. Because there's all the people outside too.
He didn't
This-
like when I asked.
This is. This seems to be more like
Heroes?
blood.
But Delenzia.
What about her?
She's.
She doesn't have a spot.
Yeah. Where does she go?
Or are we gonna try to bring her back? I don't know if.
I just assumed she just because it wasn't King's blood.
I mean, I guess I don't know. Okay.
Well, there's 2 empty chairs, right?
Well, one's obviously mine,
Where did
There's
that guy
probably
go?
Delenzia's.
What about the?
but they would have brought her down.
What about your mom?
I have her.
all of the people who went into
I
fight
think you spat
Advara,
her
they're
out.
in the necklace.
Because we were looking at both of them in the field, and we were like,
Oh.
which one should we do?
That's true.
Where's the
Oh, so I
queen?
guess I don't have the ones yet.
And you don't. What?
Where's the queen?
Your mom.
Oh. Well, I'd never seen any visions of her.
Neither have I, but
You know, this is still kind of
right.
the same for me as it
wasn't-
is for you.
I
you
wasn't
know?
expecting you to know.
Let's go find that Darzo guy and
Durazo.
ask more questions.
I mean, we can, but I get the feeling that I just don't know how much they're going to have to offer us.
Well, we've got a bunch of dead elves going or gone gold in her necklace.
I mean, that seems like it can be easily taken care of, though.
But we need to know where they go because we don't know their funeral rites.
I don't.
this
Yeah, I
other
don't
room.
think that we want to
Just dump them.
Right.
Right, yeah.
Disrespect.
Just in the courtyard.
But I mean, I think that should be easy enough, though.
Yeah, we just gotta ask her to bring them.
I feel like we need to figure out what's kind of next, though.
I mean, first things first, I think Is wants people out of his house.
Well, let's. is
Let's
there
take care
anything
of the other
more that you
bodies.
Want to do down here?
No.
For sure, we can give you a moment.
There's.
I mean, it's all kind of.
Yeah, no, it's been intense to finally make it this far after who knows how many times. And then I'm the one that ends it. But at this time, I think I just need to help my people however possible.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we can take care of the statues, and I can talk to Darazo about what comes next here. And then we can kind of figure out what our next plan is.
I think you just let us know what you want us to do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, anything you can do to help the people in the meantime.
Yeah. I mean, me casting the mansion one more time for people to eat doesn't do anything for the long run.
Well, we should check out how my little garden's doing too.
And if there's any way to see how the Gloryfell is doing on its return back.
Yeah, we could maybe venture out. We still don't have a very good way about getting around here, though. Well, let's take it one step at a time then. Yeah?
Step 1.
Release my people's dead bodies.
Yes.
Down here?
Not cut a hole in the
Not
walls.
done.
Okay.
You said there was like the setup, like the terracotta thing, right?
Sort of. There's
like the
well,
lead
not
up.
not in this section.
Right, but the lead up to it.
Previously, yes. There. It seems almost as if there is a diorama of sorts. They're not just stationary in rank. They're sort of in action pose. They seem to be part of what is this grand network scheme of epic battle with one another, but not.
Okay.
There's no like statues of people being slain. They all seem to be engaged in sort of what they are invested in.
Okay.
Probably a garage full of the other ones. The like sword and the gut ones.
Just a bunch of gold statues.
Yeah.
Don't put him in there. That's
Yeah. Just put him in the shed.
it's gonna muddy up the water.
Does anyone have anything they want to do in here? I mean,
You know,
I'm curious if anyone can like get any information out of this, but
I mean, I'm kind of never really thought about the queen not being anything.
yeah, I feel like
A thing.
it's never been mentioned.
But it's probably a thing.
I mean, there's 2 seats, one for you, and maybe you have another brother or a sister.
Or your mom.
Where is the seat
I mean,
located?
also-
Like what's the
It is Advara,
okay?
blank spot, King Calazan, blank spot.
Yeah, that's your mom's spot.
We might have to kill your mom.
I'm a walk over to Walker, and I haven't had a vision in a really long time. I just want to try something. Like put my hand on his head and close my eyes and just like.
Should I do that too?
Yeah, go with it.
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't.
You just
Oh,
stand there
I'm getting
awkwardly
something.
touching them.
I don't know about
She's got blue ears.
what?
She's no.
No.
There's nothing.
You had it and lost it.
I know they're both gold, but do the king and Advara have that familial resemblance? Like the same face structure and all that?
I mean, they both have similar builds. They're both clearly elven. They both seem to have what you might want to describe as proportional traits. I mean, they don't look the same, but
Obviously.
yes, you could argue very easily that there's a resemblance, probably. Yeah.
Have we ever met any elf, or of the elves that we have met? Do they look like these two?
I mean, not that would readily come to mind. Make an intelligence check at triple disadvantage.
So no.
Just roll 3 of them and get 20s. Is there any?
One.
We're just
You
gonna
didn't even
end
try the other one.
there. Hang on, I want to see if you forget Walker. So like,
16 and 4.
okay, yeah, you don't know.
Is there any plaques that says names?
Nope.
Okay.
They are.
That feels like the
Let's
most.
just ask
like,
someone what the queen's name
They're
it
is.
says-
extremely well carved. They're like these marble stone bases. They're extremely elaborate, but there's nothing that speaks specifically as like identifying factors or information.
Well, I don't have much to go off of, and the only experience I had with my father was essentially a mirage that Advara had put up in the when we were walking through, and she had made my father say that he was the one who like came up with the idea to strike the deal with Vesero. So maybe that is also maybe that intertwines with where my mom is. Or who she is. I don't know.
Let's go ask more questions. Also, I don't want to be around all these gold people.
Fortunately, the like senior Barondel,
Well, he's got a room. Maybe he's got
maybe.
journals or notes.
Yeah.
Is there any pictures walking through the castle of all of the family?
There seems to be a number of pictures that are probably very crude and extremely deteriorated. Some aren't complete in their entirety even anymore, but you do get the impression at one point in time, it was a well-known fact, King, Queen, Advara, and Padir were a collective unit.
How have we never thought of the queen before?
Everything is
We're
gray
just
and
so-
gross.
Well, I mean, Advara, pet dragon, skeleton monster, like there was a lot
It
to
was
focus
intense,
on.
To be
but,
fair,
like-
we didn't really think much of his dad either until his dad showed up at the graveyard.
And I don't really know what to think about him either, because
We're just...
Advara was the one that was behind that. and-
We're not fucking trained detectives, okay? We're fucking shit shows pulled off the street.
We are the Procurus Guild of Esterlin.
Yeah, and we
That's
need to
true.
procure more information.
That was not assigned to any of us.
Yeah, we don't have magic information
Oh,
stuff.
aren't I books, though? I guess that would be me.
Yeah, you are tomes.
Well, we gotta find a magic tome. Okay, let's just get out of the room.
Yeah, let's go.
Are you
take
for
care.
sure you don't want to leave?
Want a minute?
I mean, I know you don't really know them, but
Well, I mean, I do and I don't. You know.
I mean, I think you know the idea of them.
No, and yeah, and losing Advara was extremely difficult. And I can't believe that everyone here has been so respectful about it.
Yeah.
They seem like good people. And also people who've been living for thousands of years under one...
And we also
Monarchy.
killed a whole group of people that lived for 1,000 years. So,
elves.
I mean,
Okay.
maybe less.
I'm getting out of here.
I'm a quick water on Advara, and then I'm a follow Hara.
Okay. So you guys begin to walk out of the tomb enclosure for the Fairthurn group. As you take steps out, you see Durazo as well as the guard escorts that had brought you down there originally kind of turn back, holding torches. You prepared then
For what?
To leave.
to exit?
No, I have a question first.
Yes?
Barondale. Where will he rest?
He'll probably take his place in the Golden Fields when we recover his body.
What if it's been recovered?
Then we will see the ceremony performed at once.
Where do you want his body?
We have
Do you
recovered.
have his body?
We've recovered the remains of Barondale, as well as
A few other guards.
Yep.
Are you coming out? Is everybody coming out?
Yeah,
okay.
I don't have any intention of staying in there.
All right. We'll see your cousin and Barondale where they both belong. If you would like, we can do so now. It is a separate process, not quite as involved.
Right now, or
No,
like...
don't spit them out right now.
Yeah, she has them like
They-
locked in a little.
In another dimension.
I have them in a mini
She can
dimension.
make them appear at will.
Wherever you would like.
You have like a wheelbarrow or something?
Or like a red cart.
Two, a red card.
Well, we can segue now if you would like.
Then lead the way, Durzo.
And
I
he
think-
turns and cuts through the escort of guards and brings you back to the sort of golden terracotta diorama of the soldiers all holding fighting poses and kind of squaring off with one another in these sort of playful gladiatorial poses. They will find themselves.
Like now?
If you can call upon them, yes.
Can you like turn around? This is kind of awkward for me.
What?
Just do it.
She
Yeah,
just
what's-
doesn't want to.
I do have a question.
She's trying to be
Has
respectful.
any of your, and I'm going to talk to him while she does her thing.
Falter them out over
Has
here.
there ever been a case of, have any of your people been able to do any sort of resurrection spells?
In the past, we've had some.
Are they able, or is there a history of those who have turned gold being brought back?
If there were such a possibility, I'm not aware, and we've not had someone capable in a long time. The process is meant to return us to glory. Finding someone who would willingly give that up, I feel, is going to be difficult among our standard elite. There is generally not attempts made. One that I can recall, but even that did not bring the body back.
What was that one? Who was that one for?
Queen Rhaenad.
I'm sorry, what was her name?
How do you spell that?
Raenede.
Where is she?
I'm sorry, what was that? Move your hand.
I don't know if that's right.
We didn't-
Raened.
Raenede.
We didn't see her in with the rest of them.
She was unable to be recovered.
What was her last known location? Maybe we can recover her.
Oh. It is a kind thought. Again, the ritual that we performed had failed
Right.
quicker than expected even, and I fear that recovering her body would only endanger you.
I don't give a fuck about that. Where is it?
No, we do not know. Early in the days of the Nine Plains, one of the opening gambits of our enemy was to break the will of the army. They thought the way to do this was to break the will of the leadership. Queen Rhaenad was taken. Disappeared back through a hell plane.
Well, we gotta go there anyways, so... Alright, we'll look for her.
She was never seen again, and these creatures do not show mercy, friend.
Yeah, well, neither do we, so... You guys don't get out much, so we'll do what we can.
Yeah, we have stuff to do in the hell plane, so
We have demons to kill.
Do you know
People to
what
save.
level?
If you wouldn't mind, I would like to address this, possibly,
Yes.
my king.
Yeah, and I'll join you.
Perhaps you will escort your cousin.
And he hands the torch off to one of the guards standing there, walks over to Barandel, grabs his golden frozen hand, and you see the body kind of begin to loosen and relax, still remaining entirely gold. And he bends down, kind of grabbing him by the back of the elbow.
Glory calls, my captain.
And you see the golden statue be helped up by Durazo, a lifeless lack of expression, like a golden automaton, and it begins walking into the statuesque garden of these golden individuals. You see it take probably about 15 paces forward, stop in place, and golden wings emerge from the back of it. The statue reaches in, pulls out a golden sword that has a light shining off of it, and the statue begins floating in the air, stopping about 8 or 9 feet up. You see the sword raised in place, and a hand extend out over the field of people in these fighting poses, and it freezes.
In air?
with the wings out. Let's fly.
This place is cool.
Yeah,
That's
this place
like-
is cool.
We just rot.
Seems as if Barandel has chosen to oversee his people. Further still. My king.
I'll try to reproduce what he did.
Okay, so you kind of get down there, and it's this solid, rigid form, and you're not sure, kind of awkwardly figuring it out in the moment, but just whisper the same words. And
I also want to like go up to while this is going on and just like, Delenzia, I'm sorry if I fucked this up.
the form loosens. The eyes completely glossed over in a solid golden sheen. Begins standing up at your assistance. With a brief glance towards your direction, begins to move forward into the field of golden soldiers. As it gets to a position right about where Barandel was, it takes another several steps forward. Seems to bend, plant its foot, draw out 2 golden daggers, and in a springing leap that seems like a mix between robotic mechanized movement and perfectly fluid water, jumps into the air about 3 feet, and in a perfect holding pose has both daggers drawn back, as if charging into the breach.
That makes such a sick mini.
I really like her.
It seems as if Delenzia is now home as well, my king.
Death is pretty glorious here.
We have lost much, but with our king present and the glory fell, en route to possibly return. There is still much to discover, but there is much to be hopeful for. For everything we owe you and can never repay. You have all of our lives at your beck and call. For glory, my king.
For glory. But it is I that owe all of you.
A sentiment echoed by Calazon himself many times. Is there anything else you wish to address before you depart, my king?
Well, there was like
Anything?
3 other guards.
I took them all out.
Team, do you need anything?
Yeah. I would like to know at some point what the queen looked like.
Is there any paintings of my mother around the castle anywhere? Around anywhere?
There was one in your sister's room. Kidding.
The best, most clear one.
Yes, in the main hall. It's deeper in the keep. It's perhaps no surprise that maybe you would not have ventured there yet, but that is where our current Golden Wing resides. We have had to turn it into some kind of informal barracks. Hopefully you understand our requirements there.
Whatever was needed. Derizo, are you now the most senior of the army?
No, my king. I'm but a guard stationed here. I believe there are a number of individuals that would technically qualify for leadership before me. We have never had such a severed line to power before. But there is no need to concern yourself with it. No one will challenge your rule.
That wasn't my concern. It was the loss of Barendel and the need to replace that.
Choosing a flywing is an important decision. The men must follow and be inspired not out of fear or obligation, but out of courage and hope. Finding the qualities in someone that inspires is difficult, of course, as you understand. It requires a certain measure and resolve.
Yeah. What do you know what our total numbers are down to? How many we lost in
We spent a great deal of time over the course of the last several hours while you slept trying to tend to those who were returned to us, try to bring to glory some of those we had lost, taking stock of supplies, weapons and rations. We have accounted for the dead and believe we are somewhere down around below 70 total people left.
Thank you. Do you guys need anything? Do you want to venture anywhere, do anything?
I'd like to check my garden.
Okay.
I wanna pop into Barendel's room.
Okay.
I'd like to go into Talenzia's.
Okay.
So yes, we got stuff we'd like
All
to
right.
Derizo, do you think you have all the qualities of a flywing?
It was Barendel who always has said that someone who thinks himself ready for the flywing is often well underprepared and not worthy of the role. I would like to think that someday perhaps I would be ready to lead these people. But I am not meant to be the judge of that. I will wait until an opportunity for that comes along, or I will serve my flywing captain with honor and dignity.
Sounds like something a flywing captain would say.
Yeah, I would say the same thing.
Okay. And I have a thing I would like to do, so...
Just a thing.
I mean, we could just...
My king, I would make clear I make no push for appointment. I am happy to serve the Golden Keep in any way.
Understood.
I do not know that the people would see me as a leader in the same way they saw Barendel as a leader.
Well, whether I make you the flywing or not, I think that doesn't matter because you are a leader.
Well,
Whether you're given that title or not, what you have done here has simply been amazing. To hang on as all of you have, waiting for your king to come back.
and now he has returned, which admittedly makes the role of flywing less crucial. Under your leadership and with your powerful friends, we will surely achieve new heights and soar again.
Yes, but powerful enemies still remain. But we will, in time, get there. I would like to go see some of the wounded or hurt, and I would like to go help out in that regard. So I don't know if we want to go total party split, or if you
I'll come
we
with
all
you.
want to join up or whatever it is that we want to do. But I want to go see my people.
I'd like to come with you.
I would appreciate the help.
You want to come with me to Barondale's?
Yeah. Can we just stop quick by the courtyard just so I can see how the garden's doing? Okay.
Do you know your way, my king?
Well, Darazo, maybe for the moment you just want to stick by my side, and you seem to know the ins and outs and a lot of the people.
Well, I've simply had a long time here, same as everyone else, my king.
Well, at this time, I appreciate you at my side, so I don't need you to do a whole lot other than just be there.
As you wish, my king. Would you have me reassign command of my flank for today, or?
Yes.
Banzu, you will command the flank until King Padilla has given me other instructions.
Do you guys need guidance, or you guys know where you're going at this point?
No, I don't know where.
Courtyard.
We can figure it out. We can figure out where Barondale's room is.
And yeah, and just, I mean, I think it's pretty well known at this point. Just make sure that people help my friends if necessary.
I'm sure they will not need prodding, my king.
Can you also try to remember to pick up Delencia's weapon?
Donfang?
Yeah.
What happened to the items when we ritualed them?
When you ritualed them?
Yeah,
When
because
we did identify?
No, Donfang was part of the ritual. No. What was?
Donfang was given to Advara for the resurrection ritual, but then she
Dropped it.
woke up.
So it'd be in the courtyard.
Yeah.
Okay, so those things aren't like consumed in a ritual. I guess I didn't
They're
quite.
attached to the person.
Okay.
That's not
You
presumed
had a
she's
chicken drummy
standing up.
sitting on you when you...
Oh, that reminds me. I have some other things too that I need you to maybe look at and see at some point, but we can deal with that later. It's not no rush. Yeah, okay. Do you guys wanna? I don't know if it's one of those things where like royalty has to pick it up, or if you guys can just pick it up.
I'll see if I can grab
Well,
it.
Delencia picked it up.
Well, everyone was like, hey, Darzo. Whatever.
Durazo.
Durazo, thank you. I'm feeling too well. Why was everyone kind of like sketchy about picking up Donfang?
It belonged to Advara originally. It was her weapon of choice on the field of battle. She had trained Delencia with it. She was well learned and extremely skilled, as I have no doubt that you probably experienced. But the poison that infected her, the curse that washed over her, was thought to have tainted the blade. Delencia stopped using it after a while. It seemed to push her too hard, push her too far. Fortunately, Barondale's wisdom saw her shelf it, and for the sake of symbolism and ceremony, I believe she wanted it to return to Advara in one form or another. But I could not say her motivations. It was simply locked away as something too dangerous to use consistently.
Well, I'll look at it when we get up there.
I'll pick it up.
So I have.
Okay. What?
I have these. Was it shoulder guards or something like that?
Yeah, her armlets.
Yeah. Take a look at these when we get an opportunity.
Yeah.
See what's going on with those.
And go check out your plants.
Okay.
Just kind of
Break?
meet
Break.
you guys.
Yeah, it's
somewhere.
For glory.
either we'll meet you back in the courtyard after you're done with Barondale's, or you'll meet us where people are being tended to.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, well, if you'd like, my king, I'll lead the way.
Please do.
Excellent. And you begin walking out of the tomb past what is left
of the golden battlefield. You continue to wind through until the walls become less carved and arched out and more natural in their formation, until you finally crest into the staircase that leads back into the machined and mortared portion of the keep. You two will find Barondel's room at the dark wing, second floor. He's the only one who was stationed there. He isolated himself a bit. A good man, not isolated from his men or unavailable, simply attending to powerful and concerning issues from time to time.
Yeah.
Felt it best to shield the men from it, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we took that any other way. Berendel was a good man.
The best. And my king, I will lead you to the main hall, if you like.
Yes.
This way.
Stop by the courtyard to get the sword.
They're stopping by the courtyard.
I'm already infected. I will pick up Dawnfang just in case it does harm others.
Yeah, we're already going out there. We won't pick it up, but I'll
Okay, I'll
I'll
pick it
look
up
at
later
it.
then.
Well, the changes seem to be rather gradual, so I don't know that there is much risk in handling it. Even as impetuous as she was, Delenzia would not have taken such a risk if it was not wise for battle. Hot-tempered she may have been, but she was a masterful tactician, just like our king. In any event, right this way, my lord. And he begins leading the way down towards the main hallway. And as you get closer and closer, you see this grand archway where one of the doors seems to have been removed completely. The other door nearly cut in half at this point. Both would have been 15 feet or so tall, now reduced to about a 7 or 8 foot tall door that's already swung wide open in this massive archway. From within you hear coughing, commotion, discussion, a few groans here and there. And as you continue to walk forward, you see now lining the walls of what would have been sort of a grand seating or a dressing area for royalty and the like. You find yourself surrounded by people who are wounded, people who are exhausted, people trying to rush what little food and water they might have to individuals, and continuing to look over and monitor those who appear to be asleep, dying, or resting. It's difficult to say with a number of different things going on right at the periphery of this, what is otherwise a relatively small area, the room only being about 40 feet deep. But there's a number of individuals that are kind of posted up in sort of in the central area of this walkthrough. You see, instead of what would be maybe pews or standing area or something to that effect, there appears to be an array of makeshift sleeping bags and mattresses and the bare remnants that basically qualify as a blanket between someone and the floor. Kind of looks almost like a refugee camp, but the sleeping area is sort of centralized and organized in a rank and file type of structure from what you can gather.
I'm gonna hand 5 apples to Hara. I'll be like, for anyone that looks famished, that would help them. Maybe Sproigins and I are gonna go, but.
So what do you guys want to do?
Like, as I'm walking through, I would like to cast Spirit Guardian at 5th level.
Okay. Where are you centering it?
Wherever I think the most good would be.
Sure.
Like, I have to assume the sick are somewhat kind of clustered.
So make a medicine check.
Is that your, like,
That's,
anyone around it is,
Yeah, that's Letus.
I haven't seen it yet.
Nope. Medicine. 13.
13.
12 minus 1.
So you get a very
so close.
general spattering. It looks
More
like
rest.
everyone is malnourished. Everyone is injured in some form.
Mm-hmm.
There are a
Wait.
couple people that look like they were
Injured?
Injured.
There are a couple people that look like they were relatively unscathed as far as most of the battle is concerned, but they also look like maybe they wouldn't have been qualified to engage in a lot of the combat either. You also see Terry running around trying to help people and pouring potions into people's mouth, and as you watch him kind of pours one in somebody's mouth, and they're sort of just limp and barely there, and they kind of are reaching up to sort of address this shadowy figure that's hanging over them. You see them just kind of reach up and hold the back of Terry's neck. You see him look around, and he sort of fights his way to his feet. And he goes over and he starts helping someone else who's holding a cloth to someone's forehead that looks like they're in worse shape.
And you didn't turn him into a spider.
You eventually find a pocket that seems like they could use some help, but maybe don't have the manpower, placing it kind of just off in the right corner to kind of get a swath of the people that are huddled around this edge. Hara. As soon as you walk in and you all take stock of this broken refugee sort of sanctuary of sorts, you're watching people scuttle to and fro and help those around them until a glowing light in the right-hand corner of the room appears. Starting with a white disc on the ground that sort of continues to grow and illuminate, forming this silhouetted humanoid form that takes shape as this arcane force coalesces before it bursts out in a dim but very visible quick spat of light before settling down into a translucent but clearly defined, almost spectral version of Letus. You see the statue, shield in hand, spear at the side, almost looking at all of the people within a 20-foot or so radius of him. Looking down, concerned, and this light continues to radiate out from around him. And anyone in this sort of area of effect seems to stabilize their breath. Not everyone even wakes up, but it seems as if there is a nourishing, healing, centralized aura that is working towards bringing these people back from wherever they are. You then see the statue turn, look at you for a brief moment before turning back and continuing to eye the people across the corners of the wall.
Do you see Letus?
What?
Nothing. I'm gonna just hand off the apples to like whoever I see first and like go up closer to it.
Okay.
Did I see him cast a spell?
I would say, yeah, you guys are in there together and kind of eyeing around, and he took a little bit of a step forward, and you're able to recognize certain components. You haven't seen the spell before, but you recognize it maybe as having arcane mechanics.
No, but like, do you see Letus? Is there a Letus here? I keep seeing Letuses. I need to know if this is real.
Well, I mean, it's sort of real.
Is it Letus? A Letus. Is there a Letus? A glowing Letus?
Yes.
Okay.
They're going Letus. Crazy saying Letus so many times.
Letus.
It's a
Letus.
It's a spell I use when I feel like we need a boost, or I need a boost, or we need protection. I didn't choose it, but it just becomes Letus.
That's cool.
I thought so as well.
And even in your weakened, poisoned state, you feel the nourishing warmth entering your body.
That feels nice.
Yes. So you may use your, because you roll for it, correct? Don't you?
No.
So you can use.
Oh, the
'cause
hit
up-
dice?
Up for a minute, yeah. So you can roll the dice for her. If
And
you like
it's,
as well.
I don't know if it makes a difference, but it's also 60 feet.
Oh, I thought it was a 30-foot radius.
You can move it 30 feet as a bonus action.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
So when you cast this with the higher the healing increases by 1d6 first. So 4d6 for 1 minute.
Yep. So,
A lot of D6.
we'll say then, for the sake of trying to put the
Average.
pieces together of this entire experience for everybody involved, Letus takes short paces as Walker moves him, trying to adjust his location for the sake of helping as many people as possible and trying to address those most in need. And he continues to pace with this militaristic and prepared stance, eyeing all the people with concern, but with an infinite readiness to his posture, until eventually he looks back at you for a brief moment, just has a brief moment of recognition, and then disappears in a funnel of arcane energy.
Are there any children here or any young people?
There appear to be,
Like
Young.
any sick, dying, hurt, or otherwise not looking good?
yeah, I mean, there's still some people that are not responsive, it seems, to a lot of the healing. It seems like there are a number of people, it would be tough to describe them as being given up on, but with the people who are still physically able to run around and make moves, there's not a lot of,
Is it
there's a certain amount of prioritizing taking place.
is it similar in nature to like what Hara's dealing with, or are they just like super, like
Injured.
yeah? That was almost perfect.
Yeah. So, make an investigation check.
I'd
That-
also be looking for this too.
Okay, you can make an investigation check as well.
Natural 20.
Okay.
I don't need to.
So you are going through the process of trying to figure out sort of what the methodology is here. And you actually see Durazo bent over someone, holding the back of their head, trying to get water into their mouth. And you see them push the water away. Drink. And you see him sort of pull up his armor a little bit, and he's got a large stab wound. And the exterior portion of that stab wound seems to be turning gold. You see Durazo kind of set his head back down, kind of press his forehead into the forehead of this elf who's lying there. Go with glory. He kind of stands up reluctantly and slow, but immediately quickens his pace again and seems to be on to trying to help someone else.
Wait, just so I'm clear, the patient lifted up and had a stab wound, not Durazo, correct?
Correct.
Okay, I thought Durazo had a stab wound there, and I was like,
I'm just like you.
yeah.
Dying.
I'll go up to Durazo. Durazo?
My king, yes. I apologize.
Once-
I will stay by your side more consistently.
No, it's fine. You're helping the people. Is there, once the process starts of them turning to gold, is there any way to stop it?
I do not know, my king.
But not that you know of.
I've heard of it, yes.
Right.
Magic, I believe, beyond what we know or have. I am not a specialist in this regard, I'm sorry.
But you have not seen regular, just healing stop it.
I have seen it slow it. But healing will not reverse the process. Once the body has decided it has had enough, healing prolongs what is inevitable.
Healing magic or just healing potions?
Healing. It is our bond with this land. When it is our time, we are destined to return to it. There is no breaking a curse with your own home. That is something we embrace and something that we understand. Some greet it more friendly than others, but all greet it just the same. Some of these people cannot be helped, and I would see to helping those that I can, if those are your orders, my king.
Yes, focus on the women and children first.
As you wish. And he steps off and continues working around the perimeter.
I'm not going to do anything more other than heals here,
Okay.
focusing on women and children.
Okay.
But I'm going to do three fourth levels of life transference.
Okay.
So substantially more health. And I will...
Where are you at?
I'm fully healed.
Okay.
I'll take care of all of that and I'll let you know final numbers.
Okay.
Did we get a number for what I did
Oh,
or
yeah,
did
what'd
not
you roll
get
for
for
her?
Oh,
Letus?
so how many times does she get it?
Well, it's 4 individual rolls, right?
Right, so I rolled it.
What's your wisdom?
+3.
Okay, so what was the breakdown of your dice?
13. It's 4d6.
All at the same time?
What do you mean?
Because it's 1 individual roll per turn.
Right, so
He only
and it
rolled it
lasts
one
for
time.
a minute. Do you want me to
Yeah,
do them
so
all?
yeah, because you'd
Okay.
add 3 to every die.
It's gonna get loud.
So we will say then that as you are continuing to try and help distributing your apples.
I also have some healing spells that I would want to spend on them as well.
Okay, so you guys go through both then. Actually, make a medicine check, both of you.
Can she just have it at advantage?
Yeah, sure. You're already doing your thing. You're
Right.
going to be pretty preoccupied, I feel like.
What was my first one?
7.
Thank you. 11.
11. You do your best. You help those you can. Go ahead, expend your healing for the sake of trying to assist with whatever the case might be. It doesn't seem to have made any kind of inherently noticeable impact, but there are individuals it seems as if you touched and were able to try to help nurse, even pouring water, comforting, things of that nature. So,
Because I'll have spent 3 cure wounds and 4 lay on hands.
okay, noted. So you do get some people to at least sort of rouse out of their sort of comatose, lethargic state. A couple people are still really reeling from some kind of damage, but you're not able to discern between them very well, so you're just kind of going at this haphazard, sort of crazy, abstract sense of healing. As you're doing that, though, you see Walker sort of step into the middle of the room, and you see this purple, sort of pinkish, necrotic, arcane energy start to furrow out of his armor, start to work its way up his neck and crest around his chin like purple flames. Then it starts to twist and turn black as it crawls down his limbs. And you see these massive charges of arcane energy shooting off of him, and the black arcane smoke that's dancing around him is cut through by this brilliant white light that seems to be smashing into people extremely aggressively. They're almost rocked by this invisible force, and you see them begin to look up and see Walker there. And with each casting of this spell, each expulsion of this arcane energy, you see Walker stumble, breaking down a little bit more each time, until the last one you see a 7th burst shoot out of his chest, bringing Walker down to his knee before he's able to stand up and right himself again.
Okay.
What's the total?
Spirit Guardian is 152.
Shit. Okay.
Oh shit.
Heal it up.
22 and 28.
So you'll get 15 hit points.
Nice.
And then life transference is 112. And I take 81 points of necrotic damage.
Yeah.
That's a fucking tight ass king thing to do.
Yeah. So you do see Walker
And
almost.
I am super weak.
Yeah. You see Walker's cheeks turn
on
gaunt.
purpose.
You
Yeah.
see his skin fall pale compared to his normal dark foresty complexion. The arcane necrotic energy sort of swirling around as his
king's undercrown begins to fall back and dissipate into his armor as he's just barely able to lift himself up on the ground. Durazo sees you fall and comes sprinting over. My king! Are you well?
I'm fine.
You must, my king, you mustn't expose yourself to such weakness. If we are attacked, if something happens.
It doesn't matter if there's no one left. We heal the people.
These people would lose hope without their king.
We don't have a choice. And you all have sacrificed everything for so long. I will begin to sacrifice for all of you, to bring all of you back.
As you command, my king.
But I am tired now.
And he goes back.
Fetch my slippers.
Yeah, he's finishing running to the wall, trying to continue to assist those. And this process continues to go on until you've expended what little energy you have left. Hara has run short of things to work through as far as her arcane reserves are concerned.
I doubt prestidigitation helps clean wounds.
I mean, you can clean them of grime and debris, but you can't cure any kind of...
No, I just mean like, so they're not dirty.
You also take 8 points of poison damage.
Cool.
It seems that as you are kind of working through some of your distracted application of the medicinal knowledge you have and trying to assist these people is being thrown off by this nagging pull where the skin on your head and neck almost seems to be pulled down towards your heart and everything feels tight, but you also feel weak and exhausted and dehydrated, and you can't even make sense of the symptoms together as much as you just try to keep fighting through it. But it seems like it is slowly getting worse. So you continue to work through that until eventually Durazo approaches you to let him know, or to let you know they've done all they can for the moment. They'll continue to monitor and check in, and asks if you'd like to address anything else. But before we get to that, we will pick up with Sproigins and Skadi, who arrive out in the courtyard to find that the glory spark is now shining rather brightly.
Nice.
The clouds continue to recede very slowly. Still extremely dark, even just within plain view. It's almost as if an inch at a time the glory fell is fighting back. And there you find in front of the glory spark, just inside the main entrance at its edge, or what would have been its edge, a small garden with petite vegetables and a number of budding prospects that seem to have sprung to life overnight. You have a collection of bodies that have been laid out and are still golden in form. You have a number of bodies that you had brought out that are missing. It seems like there's a process taking place, but there's much to prioritize, and it seems that this is something they're addressing, but as they're able. So what do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna kneel down and like put my hand on one of the vegetables and Druidcraft to make it a little bit bigger. Then I'm gonna pull it out and eat it.
Okay.
Your garden looks really good.
Hey, thanks. It tastes good too. There's plenty of food for them.
So the baby cucumber turns into about half the size of a pickle, and you kind of get the rounded crunch to develop quickly using your arcane abilities, but it'll take some time for this to take hold. But it seems like rather than the earth fighting to grow, it is the vegetation now that has the upper hand. And they're not flourishing, but it almost appears as if this ground could be constituted as some kind of fertile.
I think there's gonna be food for them.
Do you want to make a lot more?
I mean, like I will before we leave.
Yeah.
Figure. But let's check out Barendel's room. I just wanted to make sure that the food was still here.
Oh, looks really good. Is Don Fang lying around?
Yep, you see that it is currently still about 6 feet in front of the glory spark, lying on the ground.
Alright. I will I stand over it. Well, I'll identify it, but I'm not gonna like pick it up and pocket it. Like, I'll just identify it in its location and leave it there.
Okie dokie.
And I'm gonna do the spell and not a ritual.
Okay. So you identify Dawnfang.
Am I reading this, or
Just
I figured
pass
yeah.
Like,
fine.
to read it out loud for everybody at home.
For posterity's sake.
Dawnfang. Rarity, very rare. Attunes at a short rest. This black hilt conceals a blade made from pure radiant light. While attuned to this weapon, you have resistance to necrotic damage. +1 to hit, reach 5 feet, hit 3d4 plus dex. You may make a melee attack with this weapon as a reaction anytime you take damage from a melee attack against the attacker. Doesn't seem poisonous.
I mean, it doesn't look poisonous. Does it look poisonous?
It does not appear to be oozing poison out of it.
mean-
No, it appears to not have poison attributes.
Yeah. Sweet. All right. Well, we'll leave this here for Hera.
Yeah.
All right. We'll go to Barendel's room.
Yep.
All right. So we'll head in and go up to the second floor where Barendel's room was.
All right, following the directions, getting almost kind of sort of lost, and then repointed by a couple of guards who are still on station trying to roam around a little
Barendel's
bit.
room this way.
Yeah, it's just over.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. And you eventually make your way in there. And there you open the door. You don't see any beds. You don't see any furniture save for a small table and a small dresser. And there are a couple of sort of organized, I don't want to say altars, but collections of specific items in what is otherwise a very dark, poorly lit, dark wooded room. It doesn't have the stone floors like the keep rooms do on the first floor. There's no windows or shutters. It appears as if on the far wall there's a single oil-based lantern. These odd trinkets laid out in this kind of arc pattern, a dresser, and that's it.
Is there any torches on the wall?
Just the lantern kind of right in front of the spread out arc.
I'm gonna druid craft the lantern
Okay.
on.
So immediately, the lantern lights up and the room fills with a very dim orange light.
I would like to use prestidigitation to shut that off.
Is that what you took it for?
Fucking turn it on.
It's too
Stop
good.
it. Fucking turn it on.
I can't see.
I know. I want to do it. Turn it on.
Turn it off.
Fine. I can see in the dark.
I'm gonna turn it on.
Okay. So after the strobe lantern effect ends and you guys finally enter the room, it has a very distinct sort of oaky smell to it. As you now sort of surround yourself with the perimeter walls of this rather tiny room, it almost feels like the room's been set on fire multiple times, and there's kind of a strange, like, ashy burnt shell to some of the wood on the floor.
Walker.
I didn't burn that room.
There's a very distinct, like, week-old barbecue kind of wood chip smell in there.
Make sure the door's closed.
Okay, door closes.
All right, what are we doing in here?
I want the crown. I want to find the crown.
Okay.
And I don't know.
I'm a locate object for the crown.
Yeah, you get a register.
Is it in the room?
Oh yeah, you do get range and direction. It seems to be, yes.
Okay, so it's somewhere in this direction.
Yes.
I'm gonna start looking.
It's essentially directly in the direction of the dresser, being one of the very few landmarks
I'm
in
up.
this room.
Open the dresser.
Doesn't appear to be in there.
Is there another drawer?
It doesn't appear to be warmer.
It's here,
Make an investigation.
but it's not here.
Not okay.
This isn't even one of the new ones. That is not good. How badly do you want this?
Well, I mean, I fucking want it.
Look,
Can I also?
that's barely better.
All right, sure. You can roll
That's
investigation
barely
as well.
better.
I wanted
One
it to be
was
good.
a 2 and one was an 11.
You guys aren't finding this crap.
There ain't shit in this room. I'm gonna find the fucking crown.
11.
I'd like to inspire myself to find this fucking crown.
Sproigins, you can do it. You can find the ground you want.
That's a 10.
Fireworks.
Okay. 22.
22. So you both are halfway to just tearing the legs off the bottom and grabbing this thing and ripping it to shreds. Pulling the drawers out, shaking them, looking at them, going through the whole process there until Sproigins just looks at the very corner of the dresser on top, and you recognize a familiar rune. Not something that you've personally got experience with, but something that you've recently developed an understanding about. It's very comparable to the wrist pocket rune that's drawn on your lion's gauntlet. And you kind of press your hand to it using a variation of different names and words that you're kind of familiar with. Make an Arcana check.
Oh, great. Guidance.
Thank you.
Guidance.
Which is what, a D4?
Yeah.
T4.
Hey, whatever. 23.
23. And in combination of your learned time at the Golden Leaf Bard College and your dedicated application of expanding your own knowledge, you luckily
But not proficient.
You luckily guess that true name, room name. You go through a spattering and kind of mumble under your breath thinking about what it might be, and as you're sort of touching it, one of them and a purple flare cuts across the top of the dresser, and you see sort of a black formless shelf open up before disappearing like a sliding glass window to reveal a triangular sort of inlaid wooden shelf that was concealed within the top of the dresser. Within, it seems that there is a round crown made of some kind of glimmering gem or crystal.
Right there.
Okay, I want you to pick it up. And I want you to put it on. And I want you to look at me and tell me what I am.
I'm gonna hand him my daisy crown.
Okay.
Put it on. Okay. Let Mama know she's pretty in this.
Doesn't seem as if Sproigins has changed.
Does he still have the butterfly mustache?
Yeah.
You look the same.
Let me see it. Here.
Thank you. I was like, give me my crown back.
Okay. Does Skadi look the same?
What about us?
Does this look the same?
Yeah, this looks the same.
Maybe you have to attune to it.
Yeah, maybe.
Is there anything else in the drawer?
There's nothing in the drawer. There is one set of rags that appears to be almost like the potato cloth sacky kind of undercover that the guards you had seen wear to roll their leather armor on top of when they were getting ready. It seems almost as if this is kind of the underwear drawer collection type of deal pre-battle, but he's still, it seems as if maybe the drawer below held something a little bit more regal that he had recently pulled out.
Okay. There's nothing else in here.
What about the black shelf?
Not a journal?
I'm gonna cast locate object for a journal.
Okay, nothing registers.
No.
Hmm.
Is there anything else? The black shelf? Anything?
The black shelf was the black void.
That's
was,
okay.
Yeah, and then
But there's just the dresser and the table. That's it?
yep.
I'm gonna look under the
And
table.
the arc of trinkets and ritual items, it seems like, in front of the lantern that's on the wall.
Do we want this stuff?
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna.
Is there... You said there is a dresser?
Yep.
I'm gonna punch the dresser.
You guys have already mostly torn it apart.
I want to punch it.
Okay.
Chill.
Make a strength check.
11.
11.
chill. It's okay. He
The
didn't have
dresser
a
kinda-
journal. It's okay. Like, we got all this stuff.
Yeah, it's not.
What else do you want?
I wanted to know what I am.
You're a Sproigins.
Yeah, that's not a what am I?
Well, like, I guess I don't get your questions. You're Sproigins. That's who you are.
Yeah,
and
but I don't know shit about me. I don't know. I know me.
Yeah, you're you.
I know, and I know my dad, but I don't know what we are. I don't know what we come from.
Well, maybe Walker can like attune to the crown. Maybe Walker will see something different since he's one of these people.
Yeah, maybe, but
Why don't you identify the crown, see what it is?
yeah, I'll do that. Just, you feel like you're slipping away at all?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just found out I'm a friggin' elf.
It's just like a total shit show every day. Like,
The PGE, man.
yeah. We're just always going. Do you know what day of the week it is?
Floor day.
I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
I never know what day of the week it is. I don't know what time it is.
Well, I always know what time it is.
What time is it?
I don't know here, I guess, because it's and my outlanderness doesn't really work here. But when we're on the material plane, I always know what time it is.
Yeah. And what if we get back to the material plane and it's been 20 years?
It's possible.
I know. And I didn't. It's a shit thing for me to say, and I apologize, but I didn't get to say goodbye to my mom before we left. And you don't have a mom, and I promise to bring her back. That is my promise to you.
Bring my mom back.
I promise to bring her back.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Well, I mean, as much as I'd love to see my mom again, she's dead.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
I promise you to bring her back.
but she died twice. Like, she was
I don't give a shit how many times people die.
But if you bring her back, what if she doesn't come back right? Because she was like undead when we were at Kala. So what if she comes back like undeadness, kind of?
That's not how that will work.
That's not the kind of magic I have.
That's not the kind of magic I have either, yet. She might come back as not the way that she looked.
Well, more important to me than bringing my mom back is finding my dad if he's still alive.
Yeah, we're gonna find him too.
Then we're gonna go see your mom.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go see your dad, who we now know is your dad.
Yeah. Doesn't it worry you that we're farther than they were and they had to disappear?
Yeah.
Just like becoming a ghost. And Hera's gonna die, and I don't want her to die.
Hera's not gonna die.
Because I can't have her die.
Well, none of us can have her die.
Yeah, but I love her, so.
Okay.
What do you have? What can you do?
I don't, I'm gonna like start like just thinking, going through like my little spell book and like, I've tried my really powerful stuff on her. Like, I don't know if we have, what do you have?
I don't have shit.
Well, who do we know?
I don't know.
I do.
Who?
Come on.
Well, what? Just gonna hold open my shirt and scoop the shit off off the desk into my shirt.
It's all on the floor.
Well, I'll pick it up and put it in my
Quick
in my
and
shirts.
awkwardly
Yeah.
scoop and pick. You all eventually make your way back downstairs after the investigation in Barondel's room to find Hara and Walker pushing towards the castle entrance. Walker seemingly in very bad shape. Surprisingly, even compared to Hara next to him, who also looks in very bad shape.
What happened to you?
I'm gonna see them and cast, yes, that is 5th. Okay. mass cure wounds on them, and since it goes on 6 people, just 4 other people who look really terrible.
They're by themselves.
Oh,
Well,
then
I will take it.
yeah.
I could go with some healing.
Yeah. Ooh, that feels wonderful.
So, 19.
19, so you'll get 2 points of healing, Hera.
Ooh.
Thanks.
Haven't used my calculator on my phone since last session. So I have my total HP up.
There you go. Knocked it out.
That brought me to
Yep.
exactly full HP.
Thank
go.
you,
Praise Shannara.
Skadi.
Yeah. I can do it again?
You
Or do
know,
we have something else we're gonna do? What's the, I don't, we just,
yeah, I
it's
don't.
been a weird morning.
I don't know either. It's I just expended some energy trying to help the people, so that's all.
I'm gonna put my hands on you and cast Healing Word at 4th level.
Here, I left the thing up there.
Okay. If it's all right with you guys, I want to see that painting. And then
Yeah.
I'll get Donfang, and then I kind of just want to sit down for a while.
No, that makes sense.
Maybe rest or
19 again.
something.
Well, you would have seen the painting in the main hall where Durazo had brought you.
Damn it. I want to look at the painting before I leave there.
As you recalled, heading out the door,
It.
you see in a chair, beautiful golden-haired elven woman standing next to her, and also beautiful, but almost more strong and kind of with this grisly animalisticness to her. It seems like Edvara wearing some of her armored pieces, but over a sort of custom dress that's meant to be fancy, but it seems as if she maybe had kept to her armor more than her dresses. Sitting in this red gown dropped below her shoulders with golden accessories lining across her clothes and body and throughout her hair, with his arm on the top portion of the back of the chair. It seems as if King Calazan, standing behind his wife, the queen, was resolute, standing calm, firm, measured. Longer, darker hair. The only one in the family who had darker hair, it seems. Pointed features similar to what you recognize in Walker. And there, almost a half smirk on his face, hand on the side of a sword, the other one resting gently across his midsection. Kind of a half cocky, golden-haired male elf, tall and strong, especially compared to an elf. Seems as if he wasn't big, but by elven standards, he could have passed for human were it not for the ears. He was stacked and was wearing the same golden armor, thick with 2 C's. And he was wearing the same golden scale armor you recognize Walker as having worn recently. You make your way out after taking in the sights of what would have been the long and at one point hopefully happy memory of the Faerthurn family, now knowing what happened. Find your way out in the courtyard. See Donfang lying in the ground. You bend down to pick it up, stand up and, Hera. And you turn around and you see Letus standing there. You look terrible. You're going to die, aren't you?
Everybody dies.
That's true. You're going to die soon.
Well,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be so obtuse. As you all, I'm sure, miss me to some degree, I miss you all as well. I knew you were all the greatest hope for what is to come. It is disappointing to see worthy life cut short.
to be honest, It's weird, but I'm a little relieved that it's me.
I can echo the sentiment, but it's not so bad. There's kind of a unnerving, persistent sense of listlessness I haven't quite gotten used to, but I'm still working to find purpose, and I'm sure you will find yours, whatever it might be. Does not have to be fate.
It's a poison that nobody in the Gloryfell could fix for their princess. And it makes some sense. I am the champion of the Raven Queen. They'll try and help, and maybe they'll be able to do something, but it's almost... It's going to be fate that I have this, and that it takes me.
He leans in close, and you actually can almost smell the leather of his armor, and you see his cloak drape around his shoulders. He leans in and falls towards you. Hara, I should remind you of all the powerful wizards I have seen, the fantastic champions and kings of sword I have served. None of them can control fate the way you can. None of them would ever dream to be able to control fate the way that you can. You simply have to wish it so. I see this sickness crawling through you. It kills me. But it is a bad point in time, for you know I am not real. Because I am dead too. And you are right, we will soon be together. I'm sorry to have failed you. I'm sorry that you failed me.
But you are right. I guess I wish.
And we're going to take our break right there.
Bow, bow. Wow, aren't you glad you stuck around?
So, picking up with that in just a moment, we are going to take a short, quick mome. Yes, we're going to take a short, quick mome. But before we do, let's have you get an opportunity to win a Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica recently released D&D publication book.
Oh,
Free
dang.
stuff. It's pretty sweet. Also, if you have a druid in your party, Circle of Spores is in there. Also, you can be a centaur. So whatever. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
Rubbing off.
don't let me
Rabonus the short-legged.
yeah.
don't let me try to persuade
Tiny
you. but-
dancer.
So,
Roll
anyways,
for persuasion.
getting on from there.
I don't need to.
How do you enter, you say? Easy. Super simple. All you have to do is when I tell you the code word, you just take the code word, you put it right into the chat, and then we pick one from the chat.
You type it. You type it out.
Right, you type it. We can't do that for you. We'll pick we have like a machine pick.
Yeah.
It's not important. We'll get a winner, and then that person gets announced as the winner. Super easy. So, tonight, as we go to break, the code word is going to be golden. Golden, golden. So please,
Like the girls.
enter, yes, like the girls. Enter the word golden into chat, and
You
you
would.
will be eligible for a entry to the Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. So, hang with us, stick around, we'll be right back, and we'll see you shortly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Holding Action, the show where I'm not going to do the whole...
Not a thing to do
Yeah.
going forward? Okay.
Should you do it going forward? It's an 8, so no.
Yeah, that's a below the vomit threshold roll.
All
All right, so to get back to it before we dive right back into our gameplay, the lucky winner of our Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica Super Collector's Edition. They didn't make one.
No.
Table roll, please. All right.
It's probably really loud.
We got to work out our audio. We can't.
Natural 20.
And the roller of the natural 20 is a Mr. or Mrs. Status Rogue.
What is that?
Put your fucking arms down.
So, congratulations to you. Please get in contact with us via our Facebook, Instagrams, Twitters.
Not Pinterest. Also,
Whisper
bet
us
not be a
on
Mr. or
Twitch.
Mrs. Perp 420.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Also, stop messaging us, Mr. or Mrs. Perp 420.
Or Rave Nichols.
I mean, you
You're
can stop
gonna try
messaging
and-
them. I like the memes.
That's a thing. Anyway, so congratulations to you, and I think, based on the circumstances we found ourselves in last, we'll dive right back in. As a quick synopsis and summary, the group had laid Advara to rest in the Fair Thurin tomb, returned Barendel, as well as Delenzia, Walker's cousin, to the Golden Battlefield, the statuary area where their former warriors are kept and housed in their eternal glory, and made their way up to the central portion of the interior of the keep to, Hara and Walker made their way to the central interior portion of the keep to tend to the wounded that had been attacked in the group's absence during the fight with Advara and try to help whatever they could with the injured and dying there, only to find that the circumstances were rather grim, but becoming stable. Through some very skilled application of healing magic and a dedicated purpose to the cause, Hara and Walker did a great deal of healing to those in that area, followed by the subsequent handing out of food and water and assisting of those still trying to recover. While they were doing that, Skadi and Sproigins made a venture up into the central courtyard to see how Skadi's garden was doing. Seems as if it is continuing to thrive. And following that, they jumped over to Barendel's former quarters, which were in an isolated portion of the keep. And through some very skilled / lucky / dedicated meta knowledge, decided to search the area for the Crown of Ages, which was located. However, they have yet to determine any functional use or purpose for it. After finding it, though, there was a emotional exchange trying to determine the course and direction of Fingerguns' next move and what to do about Hera's slow deterioration. The group then met up, and before adjourning to their next group activity, Hara quick scooted out into the courtyard to grab Dawnfang, Advara's former weapon, the weapon wielded by Delenzia during the battle, and seemingly a Faer Thurin keepsake of sorts that has some hinky arcane magics attached or associated to it. Just as well, while picking it up, she was approached by the visage of the group's former NPC comrade, Letus, who Hera had been stalked by for some time in a non-spectral and oddly convincingly physical form, and essentially gave an apology for the circumstances she found herself in, and sort of lamented upon the direction that Hera was going in terms of the poison that was consuming her. During the exchange, Hera confirmed her dedication to the Strings of Fate, and Letus reminded her of the wish that she still retained in her possession from the Deck of Many Things. The oft-forgot, long-ago gained wish from the Deck of Many Things. Hera, in response, looked at Letus and uttered the words, "I wish." And we'll pick up after you have all rejoined in the central portion of the castle courtyard. You arrive and see that Hara is heading back in towards the central portion of the keep, where you all sort of are able to bump into each other rather readily. Even if it's only gradual, it seems as if perhaps the poison is still coursing through her, and now under the short-cut leather of her armor, you see black veins continuing to seemingly crawl down now into a visible portion of her arm. What happens next?
I will tell you what Dawnfang does. I found the crown.
I didn't know you were looking for it.
Yeah, we found it.
Okay. Could would now be a good time to?
Oh, yeah, to look, yeah. Yeah, I'll just sit down wherever.
Okay.
Do we want to do this in like a room instead of like we're in the middle of a hallway?
I thought we were in the courtyard.
In the middle of the central entryway, essentially.
All right, I'll just, whatever the little gold things you gave me, I'll just also put it in my shirt with the other trinkets I have in there.
Contraband.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we can go in a room.
I mean, whatever. Well, let's go to Padir's room. I haven't been in there yet.
You've been in there.
Yeah, we slept there.
That's where we slept last night.
Yeah, you crashed out. That's right. You were in bad shape, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still recovering from the
let's-
resurrection.
Let's go back up there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit, that bed.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a...
Yeah.
Probably the only thing you remember from the room is the bed.
We can
Had a few of those nights.
do that, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Okay. So you all make your way up to the King Padir Faerthern's quarters. Find it still in perfect repair. Doesn't seem like it's been adjusted or tidied in the last couple days, as opposed to the normal standard, but it is still easily the nicest, most well-kept room in the castle.
Fucking swanky in here.
No.
Do you want your room in the mansion to look like this? Instead of the
No.
trash, you want your cave still? Alright. Well, let me know if you want it to look like this at any point.
I will.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, do you want like your cave but this bed?
No.
Just the ground then?
Yeah.
I mean, like I'll take this bed. It's a nice ass bed.
You also want this? I could do like this bed, but then like the slide out drawer with your
No, my bed is
with your ice.
good. I've never slept on this bed.
Oh,
Remember, I slept on the floor by the fireplace.
I don't remember really shit from yesterday.
Okay.
Takes a lot out of you to bring someone back from the dead.
No.
Does it?
Yeah.
I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a process.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah. No bed for me.
All right. I'll put it in your bed in your room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Walker, would it be all right if I used Dawnfang?
I mean, do you want to? Like.
Well, from what he says, it might help with resistance against necrotic. And this doesn't feel like regular poison.
I mean, it doesn't look like right. I mean, it's not regular poison. Didn't you try to remove the poison spell?
I
So-
tried to remove a curse. I tried to cure disease.
Yeah.
And I tried lay on hands, which is supposed to help with that.
And
We'll get you figured out.
But this might help at least.
All right, you guys do your shit. I'll do rituals on the crown, the armbands, and then. Well, can you? You have is there a table in here?
In there, yeah, there's a number of implements that would qualify as a hard surface if
Alright.
that's all you're
So
after.
I'll like kind of move a few things out of the way and then kind of empty out my shirt onto the table.
Okay.
What are the other things that I picked up from Barondel's room?
You see what appears to be some kind of incense.
Oh.
Something to that effect, some kind of spell component. There's a number of different kind of herbs, it seems like.
This is all the like incense, or those are all separate things.
Separate things. Yep.
Okay.
There's also a couple small tiny jars and vials that you look into, and it looks like they have maybe some kind of herbal implement of some kind or something to that effect.
How many of those?
There's 2 of those, both seemingly containing a different ingredient. Then you have a small, sort of like silverish steel looking kind of goblet type cup.
Oh.
That as you rotate it over, there's almost like a mercury silverish liquid that's kind of in the cup that won't spill out.
Oh, fucking cool.
And then there is I guess the easiest way to describe it is kind of like silver bullets. They're like tiny little sort of pill-shaped, like not soft, easily like a hard metal, but like a pliable kind of metal that appears to be silver in nature.
Is that including the stuff that I grabbed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was spread out, and it seems like some herbs were sprinkled in this kind of semicircle with these implements placed in specific locations. And this was part of either some ritual or some collection or some alignment of some kind that was meaningful in some way.
Can I, just being me, tell what kind of herbs they are at all?
Make a nature check.
Remembering how they were set up, even at disadvantage, because I don't think I would have really been paying
21.
a whole lot of attention. Would it have been anything with the way that they were set up to me as like any sort of ritual?
Let's make an intelligence check at disadvantage to see if you remember their formation.
Fuck no.
I mean, you know that they were there.
Yeah.
So now we'll say make an arcana check at disadvantage to see if you understand how they might be combined.
Okay. 15.
15. There's definitely something. There's a ritual taking place here. You recognize it as a ritual caster, but this isn't magic you're aware of. And you do recognize some of the herbs. Some of them seem extremely foreign, like non-material plane type foreign, completely unfamiliar to you, and you haven't seen a lot of vegetation. But there are a couple that stand out to you as being familiar. Specifically, there's wolfsbane and hemslock, which appear to be ritual-based ingredients that involve some kind of darker tier of magic.
Mm-hmm. My Harry Potter knowledge would tell me that.
Do any of the components look familiar to me?
Can't imagine why they would.
In case it was, a hell spell.
That one's Wolfsbane.
What is?
Just,
I don't know.
I could actually.
I mean, all right.
So what's the deal with all of this stuff?
It was set up on his like table in a. I don't remember how it was arranged, but it was like put on there in a very purposeful way. There's also like burn marks in the floor. It's like super
Burn marks.
super fucking weird room.
And the materials were on a table?
Yeah, he had a dresser and a table. Dresser was very sturdy.
That's cool.
I mean, we did nothing.
Yeah, so they were like set up in a super weird way. So I will identify. I'm gonna spend the time to identify this stuff.
Okay.
And I'm gonna see if I can figure out something about this. Okay?
Okay, would me using magic
Like some makeup.
fix with that?
Makeover.
I mean, I would be
This
happy to do a
whole
makeover,
issue.
but I have blue-based foundation, and that wouldn't work for
Well,
you.
I mean, like I have my own makeup, but you do that. I'm gonna use the Helmet of Comprehend Languages and look at the end of Letus's book. Do I still have it, or do you have it?
I don't have it.
Okay, so I have it,
Yeah.
and I want to read or try to read the portion where we're at and see if there was anything about the spell in the book or what the components meant.
It's not laid out chronologically to match your journey. It's a collection of stories. But as you flip to the very last page and kind of quick parse through the back end of it with the bursts of comprehension that you have, having activated the helmet, you catch what appears to be the overall culmination of a grand battle that took place for entertainment of blood and dealing with the evilness and animalistic nature of man, and to overcome oneself as well as a great enemy. There's strange sort of allusion to a number of different reference things. But ultimately, it's talking about how the wolf will always eat the livestock, but the livestock will always fight back in greater number, and it's this very strange amalgamation of information that ultimately centers around the idea that in the burning swirl of fire, they finally emerged victorious. And as you roll to the edge, it begins to mention by name Dagalon, Snar, Spilion, and mentions no more. It talks about how they emerged from the Underdark, but one of them would never be the same. And as you get to that point, the spell begins to fizzle and fade. The letters blur and turn into the beautiful swirling arcs you recognize Celestial to be, and lose comprehension of the words themselves.
In a burning swirl of fire, Dagalon, Snar, and Spilion, and that's it.
Yep.
Did it seem like this was a new thing, or something that happened in the past? Is there any indicators with what I was reading?
Without kind of taking a broader spectrum, you really don't have a lot of context, and it's an artistically flavored and languaged book.
Yeah.
It's not really designed to be point-by-point bullet information, so it's a narrative piece, a collection of stories, and you're getting a very small window into the last story that seems to be included there. Oh, it's swirly, swirly. What are you identifying?
All of it.
Okay, so we'll start with this.
Whoa. Crown of Ages, a ritual attunement. When attuned, you may use the crown to identify all creature names, alignment, and their current HP spell slots and how many magical items they are attuned to. Whoa. Neato.
That's pretty.
Bambito.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
The golden armlets are revealed to be decorative in nature, still made of what seem to be precious metals, and no subterfuge there, but not magical in nature.
These things are just cute.
A number of the elements from the arcane sort of setup that you had observed, all of those appear to be natural and mundane. Nothing particularly interesting or special about them, with the exception of the goblet, which appears to be sort of an arcane housing element. And there's an enchantment that you can't seem to identify on the cup.
So even the little silver, do the little silver things look like the silver in the goblet?
Nope, the silver in the goblet is like a washing mercury chrome that's like reflective.
Okay.
The silver the little pellets look almost like raw silver, kind of dull, a little bit rough, nothing particularly interesting, and they're
Yeah.
about the size of a really big pill.
Harry, do you know if are these just these aren't magical, but they're like just silver? Do you know if these are like actual like silver?
Do I know if these are actual like silver?
Make an intelligence check at disadvantage.
I mean, you know gems. I don't know.
Yeah.
And silver's not a gem, but
1 in a 20.
Disadvantage intelligence?
Correct.
It's not
11.
terrible.
11.
Both of them were 8s.
Yeah.
Oh,
They seem like metal.
It's
they
metal.
seem like silver metal, but like you don't know if it's
you,
silver.
But feel it though. It doesn't.
I have no idea.
Alright.
Smells like metal.
It looks like silver, but I mean, like, it's silver in color and it's metal. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know gems more.
How many of the little silver things are there?
3.
I would like to have cast as a ritual detect poison and disease on Hara, which will give me the kind of poison or disease.
Sure. You get the very strong ping from Hera, a very definitive registration of poison. And as you are finishing your arcane conjuring of the ritual, focusing in on Hera's current ailment, you do get the flash, as well as a quick arcing scattering of images in your head before settling on sort of a whisper in the back of your brain. You identify this as a Fey Whisper poison.
Oh, good. I didn't learn anything new.
You know, the standard Fey Whisper.
Yeah.
Well, at least we know for sure that that's what it is, and not like some other random ass thing that just looks the same.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, that's...
A bioengineered poison
Mm-hmm.
put out by the government. That's what Barondale was working on.
The Division 2.
Yeah.
And melt these silver pills down to make a hat.
Yeah.
It's a heavy hat, Sproigins.
Well, they don't have tinfoil. So.
Well, also it's like all 3 of them fit like in that, so
Yeah, wouldn't be a big.
it'd be a small hat.
Very small.
You could tinfoil hat it. You just hammer them all down within
Yeah.
This is like the first like real downtime in my room. Can I just like search around for a second?
Sure. Make an investigation check.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, putter around a little bit.
Okay. So you continue to coast through. You find what appear to be a lot of rudimentary clothes, sackcloth shirts and tunics and things of that sort. But you do come across, as you're just kind of flipping through things very casually, not knowing what you're looking for, but you come across a set of what appear to be regal vestments that are maybe sort of what a king's formal clothes would look like.
Sproigins, I found some clothes for you.
What?
I don't know, they're nice and shiny and
Aw.
it's got.
Cute.
Okay.
Does it look like the clothes in the painting?
No. I
Okay.
mean, he's wearing his armor in the painting.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I mean, they might be a little, but you can stretch yourself, right? I'm taller than you.
Yeah. I mean, I can cuff them.
Okay.
Do you want me to cuff them?
Can I cuff them?
No.
I mean, he made
What
his
is
own
cuffing?
stuff. Okay. I'm gonna take Donfang.
Mhm.
You're done, right? With the
With the U?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna take Donfang and just curl up in the bed for a while and just lay down.
Okay.
And focus on it.
What?
Can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah.
But like in the corner over here.
Do you want to just
Can
go
I talk
out of,
too?
out of the room?
No.
Walker, stop.
Walker, you just like look around for stuff, okay? I gotta talk to
Gendry
Sproigins.
pops in. We're having a conversation.
Fucking A.
But yeah, I wanna have a conversation with you. But not a conversation, like a
I know what a fucking conversation is.
okay.
Yeah, let's go out. Do you have? See if you have a journal. If Padir ever took.
I just looked around.
No.
I didn't see anything.
Oh.
I found those clothes which I gave to you.
Oh.
So,
Thanks.
yeah.
Yeah.
Happy,
Yeah. Okay.
happy glory,
We'll
Phil.
go out of the room.
Yes, watch Hera. Okay. So we'll talk in a minute.
Okay. Door closes. We're out in the hallway.
So,
Okay.
like, I mean, like, I love Hera,
Yeah.
but like you said, you love Hera.
No, it's not a. It's fine. It's not a thing.
But it's, I don't.
What? It's not. Don't. It's not a. Don't worry about it. It's not a thing.
Okay.
It's just. It just is a thing that I.
It's just a
did.
thing.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
just a thing that I said in the room. It just is not. It's fine.
Okay. But
What?
we're gonna make sure she's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got the plan?
Oh, I don't know why you always look at me like that. When
I'm
you're
trying to send it to you.
You. That's not. Fucking take out the wire. What?
I'm gonna tell him my plan.
Okay.
You got the plan?
You haven't told me anything. Yep, got it. Nailed it. Yep. I like it. It's a good plan.
Thanks. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and I'm gonna like awkwardly walk back in the room.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
Don't bring it up. Maybe
Bring what up?
the thing that I said.
What thing?
Thank you.
No, seriously.
The,
Yeah.
What is happening?
The plan. We're not talking about the plan.
No, not the fucking plan. The thing that you just brought me out here to ask me that I said to you in the room.
The Barondale's room.
After you?
Thank you. Okay, and I'd like to just have a quick conversation with this.
Okay.
Okay.
I also cannot hear you say conversation without thinking about conversation.
I would like to speak
Yeah,
with
without-
this. Is that better?
Yes.
Right, coming into your brain?
Yeah.
Especially my child. Oh God, what's wrong with you? Okay, so, bud.
Well, hi.
Hi.
What does it mean when Blue Elf said he loved Blue Elf?
Oh, wait. Are we all blue elves to you?
Yeah, don't eat a Blue Elf.
You know what? That works for me. Well, it's kind
Not
of.
unless you say to eat a Blue Elf,
Yeah, then you.
but then eat a Blue Elf. But not until then, though.
Right.
Mhm.
So, that thing that Sproigins said,
Yeah,
it's just gonna be between you, me, and Sproigins, right?
not Blue Elf?
No.
No. But I love you, Ma.
I love you, Is.
That's a good thing, yeah?
Yeah.
So it's a good thing, pretty much.
Yeah. But we're just gonna hang out and not tell other people.
Like a chicken drummy, like you keep it.
But you eat a chicken drummy.
You can eat a lot, right? It make you full.
Yeah,
It make you feel like a chicken drummy.
it's true. So I had something important to talk to you about though, bud.
Oh, yeah?
So I'm sure you can tell Hara's really sick.
I mean, she had a new Blue Elf paint, yeah.
Yeah, she did.
Mm-hmm.
Remember how when Walker was really sick and he wasn't himself, how you were...
He's a broken. I'm
He was-
good to have Walker and not broken.
Yep, Walker's not broken. It's partially because you did such a good job.
Yep, it's a good boy.
Is a good boy. So now, Is is going to let Mom know if Hara seems like she's getting worse.
Is a hair broken?
Not for long.
Hair's broken?
Hair's broken. But a different kind of broken than Walker.
And different kind of broken than Blue Elf.
Mm-hmm.
Why is everybody so broken?
I don't know, bud. But we're gonna make sure that she gets unbroken.
Okay.
Okay? And part of that is gonna be you doing such a good job making sure she doesn't get more broken, okay?
Mom,
Yeah.
what if I get broken?
I won't let that happen. You will never be broken.
What if I get
Mem-
broken?
Remember how hard we worked to get Walker unbroken?
Who's going to watch Is if Is cannot watch Is?
Mom will watch us.
What if you get broken?
Are you gonna watch me if I get broken?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You have to let me protect a mom and protect a Blue Elf.
Mm-hmm.
This when people would not be broken if you let me protect.
I need to let you protect
It's a
Walker.
good boy!
This is a very good boy.
It's a protect and fix broken Walker.
You did help fix broken Walker.
It's a protect and help fix our Blue Elf. Didn't even eat him once.
Which blue elf? You mean Walker?
All the Blue Elf.
I know, no eating blue elf.
Not a single Blue Elf except for the first Blue Elf.
Just that one.
Just that one.
the other one that you put in there, but he was mostly food. He wasn't even in a full piece anymore.
Yeah. I wasn't, that was okay. So, can you, by any chance, smell what's wrong with Hara?
I mean, I could try.
Yeah.
She's been working very hard. I think maybe she just need a rest, and the smell will go away.
Might be right. So if she starts to look worse, I want you to let me know, okay?
She have more paint?
Yes, if she has more paint.
Okay, I can ask her.
Okay.
Yes,
What did he say?
Do you have more paint?
Wait, you want her to paint herself? No.
Does she have more paint? Because I'll
I'm-
tell you if she has more paint, I just have to ask her.
No, she's not painting herself, honey. That paint is just happening to her.
Well, who's doing it? I'll protect her.
It's inside her.
Inside paint.
So if you see more paint that's painting from the inside, I need you to let Mom know.
This could go inside her.
No, his cannot. Hair is not like the necklace.
Just got super rapey.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna.
You just tell Is what to do. Is will protect because it's a good boy.
Yes. So, Mom and Sproigins have a plan. And we just need you to help us out with the plan, okay?
That's good.
Good.
That's good.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So just follow Mom's lead, okay?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the paint, the blue elves,
Yep,
and the love chicken.
exactly. Can you put your foot up right here? And then tap it
To what?
to my hand. Just like that.
Am I magic now?
No, it was just me being like, that's right. Good boy.
What's right?
You are.
I know, I protect, I told you.
I know.
That's how it is.
Mom's gonna take a nap though, okay?
Yeah, mm-hmm.
But you
Okay.
protect Mom and Hara.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
And the boys, but Mom and Hara.
Right. Blue elf kind of not as strong as me, so,
It's true.
I protect him too.
Thank you.
Tekka.
And he kind of turns and begins to lumber towards the door, and he's kind of just sits down, plops on the ground facing the entryway.
He's gonna watch for us.
Good boy.
I'm really tired.
Are you just back?
It's
I'm
like
really tired.
afternoon.
Yeah, but
I mean, I'm not judging. I'm just, time is fucking weird here.
So what's the plan? I think Hara needs a nap.
I mean, she's not snoring.
That's weird. It's new.
That's weird.
I would like to cast Comprehend Languages.
Okay.
And I'll walk up to Is.
Mhm.
Hey, Is.
Hey, blue elf, you look not strong.
Oh, no, I'm not strong at all.
Yeah,
It's
no,
fine.
I'm strong. I am also a good boy. Do you have any chicken?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you.
Seeing this going on, I'm gonna quietly cast listening to this conversation, but not interrupt in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
I feel bad because I haven't done the mansion for you to have any chicken for a little bit.
So no chicken then.
No, I can do it. I was just gonna let you know that I'll do it.
Oh,
So
that's,
that way
that's
you
a
can-
good. Yeah, I would like some chicken, yeah.
All right.
Do you like a chicken?
Like my favorite.
Okay. I see. What about the inside chicken? Do you like the inside chicken?
Yeah. Like the meat on the inside. I don't like the feathers. I don't like the outside. I don't like the head or the eyes.
So,
I like.
About that.
the inside of chicken is like the good chicken.
Yes.
I think so too. I found the inside chicken.
Is that your favorite part? Is chicken your favorite, or you want something else?
I think the inside chicken is my favorite.
Okay.
We're supposed to share the inside chicken, right?
Yeah, but you can have as much as you want. You don't have to share.
You can have as much as you want to, Blue Elf. It doesn't matter how weak you are.
Thank you.
Okay?
All right.
I'm gonna watch the door so I can protect you because you're not as strong.
So when do you don't want to wait? Did Skadi ask you to protect the door, or you want to protect the door?
It's about the inside of chicken and the Blue Elf. Okay? All the Blue Elf. But then there's chicken, and chicken is good. But the inside of chicken is better. Now, the paint is also inside, and I can't be in there. But the thing of it is, there might be more paint, and I don't know what to do with it if it's inside paint, but she also has extra paint on top. And then how do you know if it's a Blue Elf? Do you do inside chicken, or do you do chicken?
You know what? You are a really good boy. I'm glad we had this conversation.
It's a good boy. You know what I'm saying.
You are a very good boy.
He wants.
Oh.
You're supposed to touch it and stand there for a second. That's how you tell somebody that you're all right.
Well, shit. Sorry. I don't.
I mean, it's
Shoot.
just the inside of chicken, you know.
Right.
Oh,
That's okay. All right. I see it.
see? Use a little crook, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
You
Takes me a
also-
while because I'm not that strong.
You probably can't hold your arm up so long.
I can't. I'm too weak.
It's okay. I'm strong for both of us.
Thank you.
And I have the inside chicken, and I have the chicken, and now you have the inside chicken too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go lay down.
Okay.
Just begins walking back towards the door.
What do you mean? That's your first time talking to him, isn't it?
Yeah, he's confusing as fuck.
No, he was talking.
Holy shit.
He's hungry.
For paint? What the fuck are you talking about?
So he
Is it something about inside Blue Elf paint chicken inside?
So Hara, has got the
Yeah.
thing, so he thinks that's paint that's doing that.
Okay.
So to keep it in layman's terms,
Who the fuck is Layman?
Lehman?
Lehman's.
I was gonna
tiny
make the
terms?
mansion so he can have some chicken, but now he's protecting the door?
well, he'll eat chicken if you make the mansion.
Okay.
But so he thinks it's paint that's painting Hara. So then he thought that maybe it was outside paint that she could just take off. And I
Okay.
told him it was inside paint coming from the inside.
Oh. That makes a lot more sense now that you tell me.
Yeah.
Because he didn't make a whole lot of sense.
Told you it was the inside of paint, Blue Elf.
I know.
Listen with stronger ears, guy.
Is everybody blue elves?
Yeah. Apparently, well, all of us are. The four of us are.
Okay.
I didn't know that until recently.
Oh.
That we're all blue elves.
Alright.
I just thought I was a blue elf and that Walker was a blue elf, even though Walker's not blue and I'm not an elf, but now I am an elf. But he's been calling me blue elf for a while, and then I just found out I'm an elf. Oh my god, my son is so smart. Anyways, so he was calling me blue elf for a long time in Walker, but then he overheard our discussion,
Yeah.
and so he asked about the blue elf and the blue elf, referencing other people that weren't me in Walker.
Okay.
I'm assuming I'm asleep.
I'm just gonna do the mansion so you can have some chicken.
Can I have some salad?
I'm just
You can have
sitting
whatever
there
you
listening
want.
to this, I guess.
Whatever you would like.
Okay.
And I will do the mansion in the room.
Okay.
Is you want to go eat?
Kind of looks back at you. Looks back at the door. gets up, starts turning around slowly.
I'm gonna poke my head in the mansion and just Ragnar. Zzz,
Number
all
of
the
them
chicken to Is's room.
And he goes storming in, followed by anyone else who wants to make their way inside the mansion.
Yeah, I'm gonna go sleep in my cold bed.
Sure.
You still on the bed in the room?
Well, I was attuning to something that takes a short rest, and I doubt I've had a short rest so far.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just stay in the room with you until you're done.
Anybody else doing anything?
No. I'm not gonna go in the mansion.
All right.
Just in case there's any kind of reports or
I
anything.
wanted to make it to give Is some food.
Yeah, no, that's good.
I actually think I'm gonna go up to my room and read.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Hara, you take 10 points of poison damage while you are focusing on your...
Okay.
Fine.
Well,
Hanging in there.
You're a trash liar.
It's true.
You are, but there's nothing we can do.
So eventually you finish tuning to your newfound weapon, only to find it taking slightly longer than normal as you're having difficulty focusing, but eventually you do get there. Skadi, you find the cold embrace of your bed, soothing and relaxing. Is disappears into a mountain of what are soon to be bones by devoured chicken.
Chicken-filled stupor.
Sproigins, you find your way in, begin relaxing and settling in, and you're staying out in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then the...
Well, I'm gonna essentially stay with Hara.
Okay. Well, you're going in, correct?
Yeah, I'll go in after I tune.
Okay. So eventually
safer
then
in
you
there.
all make your way into the mansion, find your sleep, and as the silver lining around the frame of the door closes behind Sproigins and Hara as they make their way in, the room finds itself much dimmer as the sun is beginning to set in the sky in a different way than it seems like it has before. The darkish, gloomy, bluish-hued glow still continues to linger, but you almost get to see portions of reflected light fade away as shadow continues to take over. Sort of the first semblance of any kind of cycle you've actually recognized.
The bed in your room is the
Thank you.
Seer's bed.
That bed is like the most comfortable thing.
So,
Thank you.
Am I the only one who didn't think it was that comfortable?
You like to sleep on ice.
So meditation now, guys. Are you doing anything before anyone else wakes up?
Yeah. Before I go to sleep, I would like to speak to Shinar.
Okay.
Dearest Shinar. Sorry. All right. I don't have a lot. It's just been a while. Feel maybe not. I don't know. Shit is weird. I know you can't control anything, but if you can help Hera, that would be great. I don't know what else to do or who to talk to. All right. Well, all right. That's it.
So you say your prayers, Walker. Are you doing anything before you wake up? Or before everyone else wakes up?
Yeah.
What are you doing before you wake up?
Yeah. Do I? Is there like a desk or anything like that in my room? Or like...
Yeah. There's a number of like sort of, I mean, I wouldn't call it a desk, but there's sort of a stationary type of station.
That's the thing that
where-
I had all the shit dumped out on.
Right.
Okay. I'd like to walk over to that, sit down, and I'd like to take off my necklace and place it on the table there.
Okay.
And I'm just going to stare at it and I'm going to say, I think it's time that we have a talk. I have been through quite a bit to get to this point now. And Unfortunately, my journey is not done. There is a being named Vesero. And without your help, I am not sure I will be much of a threat to Vesero. You and me haven't spoken yet, but I think I've shown that I'm a great champion, that I can be of service to you, and if you provide any assistance, I will trade whatever you please.
Make a religion check.
Where is religion? Alphabetical order. Unnatural 20.
All right.
A thing you're decent at. Where did it go?
So you are sitting there and you finish your utterance. You don't really see anything change. You don't see anything happen. You don't hear anything. And a wave of disappointment sort of washes over you. You'd kind of hoped that something would develop from trying to reach out. And it isn't until you've gone through and gotten your spells ready for the day and started tooling around with some of your armor and weapons to make sure that you're ready, and it's almost as if there's been no appreciable change at all. Sproigins still isn't awake. There's nothing happening at all. And you go out to the front portion and kind of look out into the courtyard, and you actually see a guard who is in the process of sort of marching, just frozen in place. And a whisper of a voice that's full and bodied kind of creeps over your shoulders. You must take notice. You must see for yourself. You kind of quickly turn around and there's nothing there. The voice kind of crawls across the back of your shoulders again and into your ear. What is it you would give to see your mission done? You hear the voice kind of float away from you again, like drive-by whispers.
What is valued to a god?
I have never known a king of men who can serve.
I'm no king. I'm no king. That's just a title. It means nothing. At this point, all it does is make me in charge of making sure that these people survive. Not rule, not conquer. At this point, survival is everything. And that is all I'm trying to see happen. What a god wants, a god can have from me.
At this point, you hear the whisper sort of circulating around your head take form in a fixed point. And as you turn around, you see this massively muscular individual, just bulging arms that are actually cuffed with what appear to be iron bands, wearing this almost like blacksmith's apron, but it's frayed and broken, almost burned and tattered at the bottom. And he seems to be holding this massive blacksmith's hammer, kind of tight in his grip as his arms are crossed.
I'll get down on a knee.
For those who create, our only enemy is destruction. Have no fear, Walker. Help is already on the way. Now rise. You have much work to do, and I will not do it for you. But I will be watching. Perhaps closer than before.
Thank you.
And he turns around, raises up the massive blacksmith hammer, smashes it into the ground, and this burst like a grenade flare of light blinds you for a brief moment to reveal nothingness in its stead as the black spots begin to dissipate from your eyes. Not 100% sure if it was even real, but it was impactful. And right after that, you see Sproigins come out.
What's going on?
Yeah. Do you go to sleep at all?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I was inside.
You ask the weirdest questions. You know how it is inside there.
Yeah, but like,
But the way that you ask things is so
Dude.
weird. We need to get you around more people. How was the inside? Do you even know what you're asking me?
yeah, like, how was?
It was
And the
great.
door.
It was great.
Indoor.
How was?
Did you have taco bar?
No.
Taco bar's always been my favorite.
I mean, when I do the mansion next, I'll make sure to do taco bar for the king.
Okay. Well, I'm not a kid. We don't need to go over that again. What's going on with Hara?
I don't know. She's fucking dying.
You can't do anything?
I don't have shit I can do.
I don't have shit I can do either. We have to think of something.
Yeah, no.
We might. Should we go somewhere else?
Skadi said she had a plan, and then she winked at me.
That's not how Fey Whisper works.
I know. I trust her. If she's got a plan, I think she tried to pass her plan on to me by telling my brain what was in her brain without realizing that's not a power she has.
Okay. So I don't understand any of that.
Right.
But
That's where I'm at.
But I appreciate you filling me in.
Both of y'all.
Fucking love you. Walking. Don't ever change.
Yeah.
Okay? Just be a weird king.
I'll just be out here if you guys need me.
And also be out here because.
Oh yeah, come John.
Wait, do you want breakfast taco bar?
No, I really gotta stay here just in case anyone comes and.
I mean, we could keep the door open.
Just for a second.
Regnon, breakfast taco bar. Taco bar.
Disappears.
Alright. And we'll just keep the door open. And we got a couple more hours before they come. Maybe we'll just eat all the food.
Well, I don't know if they'll come. I just want to be here.
No, I'm saying the girls.
Oh yeah, and then as soon as they get down, we should probably figure out a plan for Hara.
Yeah.
Can I do some hit dice?
Sure.
Okay.
So eventually then you two both come to, find
The
your way.
Smells of.
Yeah, when the waftiness of breakfast taco bar question mark make their way upstairs.
I mean, like, out of game, Kira's picturing like some sort of like egg sausage thing, but then like Skadi doesn't eat any of that, so.
The fresh aroma of veggies and
Yeah.
kale.
You've got like one Regnon that's like, you know what? I know what she likes.
Yeah, just always stepping in.
Yeah. And it's the you version.
Yeah. So, but
I got
eventually you do all find your way into the exterior of the mansion. Breakfast is made and ready for you, and you eventually filter in and out, eating, getting yourselves ready for the course of the events to come. Hera, you take another 5 points of poison damage.
As soon as I wake up, I'm gonna put all of my cure wounds into me and my lay on hands.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it. Is anyone doing anything else?
I'm gonna grab this and start eating breakfast.
Okay. Well, presuming that you all eventually go
Yeah.
through the process of eating your breakfast and
So
doing your
everyone's
food.
downstairs.
And I did read before bed my dad's journal.
Okay, sure. Noted you have read your dad's journal.
Yeah.
So everyone's down here. Harry, are you down?
You also
56.
you will also recover half of your hit dice, but you can't roll those.
Okay.
So you'll take an additional 5 points of healing.
Hara, you still look like shit.
I haven't come downstairs yet.
Okay, well when you come downstairs, I say that.
Okay. And then after that, I want to sit down at the desk. I'm going to quick do a sketch of the picture I saw,
Mm-hmm.
like super basic with more attention to the queen's face.
Okay.
And then I want to write a letter, 2 letters, and quick, the 2 pillars, the pillar of war and the pillar of life, is that what it is?
Mhm.
Are those both armor?
Yep.
And what does the pillar of life look like?
It is almost like a backpack sort of that has an extremely dense and thick sort of thatched black leather front where the bones protrude out from the back and create this almost shelly-like spine. It's kind of like an armadillo brace, you could almost describe it as, but it has like these bone protrusions that you can see over both shoulders.
Okay. What is the X? 17 plus X.
Plus your dex up to 2.
Up to 2.
Correct.
Brutal. And then can I do one of my attunements for it?
Sure, make a wisdom check. Is anybody else doing anything? Okay.
I don't know if it needs to be noted, but I'm back attuned to my things. So, sword, golden armor, and then bow.
Okay, sure. So you have deep heart attuned again. Or no, wild heart.
Wild art.
Sorry. All right, so what are you guys doing now?
22 wisdom.
That's a success.
As soon as Hera comes down, I think we should talk about what's next.
Well, you're all down at this point, everybody.
You came down,
I'm
okay.
now down.
We have to
Heal.
figure out how to heal you. We have to figure out what an entire kingdom couldn't figure out. I think we have to leave this plane.
Probably.
Yeah.
I want to take out the bones.
Heal gives her 70 points.
Okay. You get
7.
7 more.
Just a
Thank
casual
you.
7.
6th level spell.
I'm so bad at math. I need a new paper. Mine's because of how often I'm
Have
erasing.
you-
It's like,
Figured out who you're gonna put in charge?
I mean, at this point, I think there's only one candidate.
That one guy.
Terry.
Me.
That one. Wait.
oh, my heart. No. Mm-mm.
Shit, we gotta take. I told Terry we would take him with us.
Oh, well, he
I'm
can't
sorry.
be in charge then.
No. Don't ever fucking put him. He can't even be in charge of his own inventory.
You know, Sproigins, you can say what you want, but I have seen nothing but good things from Terry.
Well, he wants to go back to the material plane.
He can come with us.
And to be honest, nobody's ever introduced themselves to you. No leadership has come to you, spoken to you, like tried to figure things out. The only one who's ever come to you is Derzo.
Yeah?
Durazo.
Durazo. Damn it! I'm gonna write that really big. Duh.
At this point, I'm not sure that a pure leader is really necessary, as there's not much to lead. As much as they just need to be able to make it.
Well, are you planning on staying here?
I mean, I don't think any of us would hold that against you if you decided to stay.
Personal opinion? I think you should come with us and finish what you've started, and deal with Vesero.
I think to a certain extent, that's entirely necessary. Nothing against all of y'all, but I feel like this is a team effort type thing.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it without you, all of you, and I don't think you guys could do it without me.
No, I don't think we would think that at all.
But I'm also worried that my people won't be able to survive without me. They're as close as it gets to death's door right now. And although we've taken out Advara, we've wandered around this place. We've seen the dangers that lurk. It's still not back to what it was.
But
Well, the only monster that we saw that wasn't an undead and is now that didn't we see everything not moving when we moved in? When we came to the castle?
Sproigins saw a giant worm. I don't.
Well, the giant worm was something that they've known about, and it's not in the city. And that's one beast that we saw that's been alive.
do we want me to just kind of real quick?
What does that mean?
Look
Do you
around?
want to have her turn into an owl, fly up, and see if she sees anything?
But wasn't it still difficult to maneuver around even when you were flying?
Well, just I can see kind of far is what I'm just gonna do it.
Don't we have the eye that can see great distance?
Well, she's already turned into an owl, but also, it's the glory fell now. I mean, it's turning into. Advara is gone.
Like fucking glory fell.
But Advara is gone. Maybe
But she
the
wasn't-
difficulty with traveling
She
isn't there
wasn't the
anymore.
only thing that was attacking these lands. There was
Demons.
demons. That means there is some sort of access point between the hells and here.
I mean, like, they can
Yeah,
just
it's a
open
fucking
portals.
plane of none now.
And we have to cure you. We have to.
All right. Well, we can't kill everything on a plane of existence. So
I mean,
maybe give Durazo some leadership and then we get the fuck out of here, or else we can find thousands of reasons for us to stay and never go anywhere because everything is dire and.
Also, you had a cousin. What about her parents? Did she have any siblings? Do you have any other family?
I could look into all that, but I still.
I think what's here is in here.
Yeah.
That's right.
No.
On the inside.
I realize,
Inside chicken.
and I understand that leaving is still a part of the plan, but it just feels now's not a good time. Now they need some sort of spark of life before I can go. If
What do you have in mind?
their king comes back and they're on death's door, and then their king leaves again,
Yeah, to go rid the world of evil trash.
yeah.
So
to rid the curse creator at its source, so that the Shadowfell never comes back.
Perhaps it's guilt, but I just feel so uncomfortable with leaving these people.
You're so fucking confusing, Walker. I have no idea what to make of you.
Is that
You
a comp?
no, it's not. Because I'm rah here for you staying, and you're like, but I can't stay. I have to go help you guys defeat this great evil. And then now you're saying I don't want to go. I'm
Well,
confused
I think
about
we.
going.
He'll tell you over breakfast.
Yeah. The safety of this place is never going to be a thing until Vessero's gone.
Right.
But if. And I would rather take out Vessero if it meant this place didn't survive. But that still doesn't mean that I can't try for both.
Yes, but you can't try for both by staying here.
Where can we go to help Hera? Anyone?
I'm an owl.
A disappeared ass owl.
Hera? You have any ideas?
I'm gonna take the bones
Okay.
and I'm gonna ask, is there a way to cure me?
Okay, make your religion check.
Oh, fucking Yahtzee bones.
Religion check?
Yeah.
I do that every time, I know.
Every time. When you said
Are
perception?
you sure it's not a
Stealth?
sleight of hand check? Can I stealth my way into their hearts?
I'm never coming back to the fact that there's that I wish.
12.
It is done.
12. I believe that is a failure.
Oh, I guess it's on my thing.
Yeah, I think you need a 15.
We don't know
probably
what
true.
happened with any wish.
Because we weren't even there. We don't know.
Nobody was there. You
Kira
don't know.
wants to know.
That's too bad for you.
You know.
I guess we'll just wait back here for Skadi to come
Yeah.
and report all the stuff.
So make a perception check.
At advantage because I have keen sight.
That's correct.
What's it?
As a owl with big owl eyes.
27.
Sure.
Wow.
So
You perceive.
you
Huge
are
owl eyes.
flying up and over and making quick and elaborate arcs and trying to get a general survey. You notice a massive section of the city where the Broken Mire sort of was your base of familiarity. Is largely flattened and destroyed, and as you're kind of investigating a little further, it doesn't take you even but a few sort of flaps of the wings to get in the right position to recognize that it seems as if a massive giant basically fell over and flattened a swath of houses. There's a large collection of where bodies once were that were chained to these houses that are either sort of hanging themselves in form as their legs are limp beneath them. All of the overarching movement that you had experienced in your time in the Broken Mire thus far seemed to generally be at a standstill.
So like all of the undead people are now just dead.
Correct. As you're flying,
Oh god.
An undead owl. That would be fucking tight.
And I just left ifs with you guys. Oh my god.
Well, at least you know we can talk to him now.
That's what. Yeah, you can talk to him, and you have the helm. Okay.
Yeah, try explaining why Mom's gone.
that is definitely a thing.
Don't say that as you're like looking something up.
Yeah, okay.
While you're flying, hold on.
Need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a long way down.
24.
24. Okay.
Yeah, I saw that too.
It's like a 12 dex.
Those
Damage.
4s or 6s?
You take 22 points of psychic damage.
Okay, well I definitely am no longer an owl.
Yep. And the additional damage will transfer over.
Yep.
And as you're sort of flapping, looking around,
Is
you
it 24?
correct.
Okay.
Wait. Yes.
Okay.
You see this silhouetted figure that's probably no bigger than any one of you, and as you kind of float a little closer, you see what appears to be this black, lingering chainmail armor and a darkened helm. And the only thing that catches your eyes and kind of draws you in as you're getting a little closer is you see a burning red sort of concealed behind the helmet that you're able to just pick out on the contrasting colors. And as you see this creature walking forward, you see it look up and immediately jolt towards you, and you feel a massive surge of pain course throughout your body as your brain is shaken, and immediately in that split second you forget your name, you forget how to cast spells, you forget how to do anything but walk, and you begin to fall towards the ground, only to get it back and stabilize yourself as you're falling down. I'll give you an opportunity to react here.
I'm going to use my other wild shape to turn into a giant eagle
Okay.
and head back to the group. Or at least start that direction.
All right, I am going to have you take a concentration check to successfully wild shape while falling to the earth.
Nailed it.
I'm going to use luck. That's the first time you got rolled, motherfucker.
You just got rolled
Last
up on.
time.
It's the last time it'll be
Yeah,
rolled too.
Roll that black dice that I saw.
No, I'm rolling it. One of
It's impossible.
15 now that I own, but one of this is dice. Get back to the baby. That is much better. 17.
All right.
Okay. So, how many points does an eagle have?
Out of range. Out of range.
5?
Out of range.
Like,
There's the friggin' sheet with the
Oh.
giant eagle on it.
You know what? You make a valid point. You'd probably be
Out of range.
beyond the range at this point.
Still want to know now, though.
All right. So go ahead and make a charisma saving throw.
that's 26.
Jesus
26 hit points, giant eagle.
Charisma saving throw?
Yep.
Get back to the baby, get back to the baby, get back to the baby. Natural 20.
Okay. So you feel almost as if like these gentle fingers made of straw are kind of grasping at the feathers on your tail as you continue to fly away. And as you're flying, just erratically trying to escape, your hearing disappears. And you're still flying and you're still feeling this thing on your tail, and as you kind of quick turn your head, trying to eye and spy this creature behind, you see that there's a slight glow and glimmer that was on your tail, and it sparks off into arcane energy that you leave behind, and you see the black armored individual just continuing to stare as you fly away.
Do I recognize what's happening? Skadi?
This is not a spell you're familiar with.
No, I mean the individual.
This is not a spell you are familiar with.
Does she recognize the person?
Okay.
But eventually, you do make it back. You do arrive at the keep and reconnoiter with your party.
God, Skadi's taking forever.
Okay. I forgot to mark my other wild shape. I'm gonna drop form and be like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
What?
And I'm gonna tell them everything that just happened.
Okay,
Does that sound familiar?
it does.
Sound like the armor that was walking around. Oh shit, that thing fucking casts spells?
And like, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's,
Maybe
That was
does he
that
ever
was
leave
empty
the
armor?
city?
What was it again?
It was black, like chain-mailed armor with a large black helmet, and all you could see is glowing eyes.
Shit, well that's gonna be a fucking problem. Shit, and there's that fucking giant down there too?
Well, he died.
He died.
He
Joe.
died, Joe.
Okay.
Well, he was
All
already
right, well.
dead, but
So
Yeah, but now he's like face down in the ground dead.
okay.
so not moving.
So
So the
Armor
only
killed
thing you
giant.
saw moving was the armor thing.
Yeah, all of the other things that like were like when we were walking in are no longer moving. And then that thing fucked with me.
What do you want
Do
to
we know?
King?
that's just right down. So like, that's like over a little like brook, like
This-
bridge thing, and then back into the town,
Presuming
right?
that she described to you sort of what took place and where it happened, this would be closer to where Barondale walked you past the chained-up, leashed
Right,
creatures.
but like in terms of distance from the castle, it's not a crazy like it's like a 30-minute walk, right?
to get to the core portion of the Broken Mire, but this would have been kind of on the opposite side of the city.
They might know what it is.
Okay,
I mean,
I'm
they've
just
been
trying
here
to
long
trace
enough
back
with
to
it.
the little chase that we did, because we were in the city limits then, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
I mean, are you concerned with that thing coming up here?
Well, no. Just because it hasn't seemed to have moved. Like it is moving, but it doesn't seem to leave that area.
Like it's on patrol. I mean, that's what it looked like when we were there
Or-
before.
Perhaps it's guarding something. What could be in that town? It was
I mean, there ain't shit in that town.
But
perhaps.
then there's also all of those things that were chained up. Like, why were they chained up and leashed there?
Perhaps some of the people here may know about that particular thing. But
Yeah.
that still doesn't change the fact that you're dying.
Yeah, I am dying.
And you will die. I've seen this before.
I mean, I don't
I think we all know that.
want Hara to go fight.
Speaking of which, based on how she's looking, can I be like, all right, this was, Advara had about X amount of time between when she started looking like this and when she died?
I'll say you still don't really have memories of the full process.
Okay.
You don't actually have the experience. You more so have the mile markers.
Okay.
And it's difficult to tie those to a specific time window without context.
I guess in the vision that I received that I gave him when the way that she looked when Padir made the deal, does she look how Hera looks? Or does she look worse? Not Hera, but did Advara look worse than Hera looks now?
Yeah. I mean, as when you resurrected her, the poison was here crawled across the entirety of her face and completely covered it.
Did she look that way in the vision? Okay.
Yeah. So it seems like it gets to a certain point where it consumes entirely.
So I have that to look forward to.
I mean, it's...
Do you know any healers on the material plane?
The only ones that we do know
evil.
of, the only people we knew that probably could have saved me were, he's gone.
Who?
Anthar's brother.
Vroom!
Kirasak.
Do we know he's gone?
Yeah. When we were in the Feywild,
He died in the Battle of
Fazio
Grenouille.
told me.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Well,
But Fazio might have an idea.
I mean, we either go fight the thing and take care of it, or we get the fuck out of here and go take care of this.
I
don't want Hera to fight in that.
I agree.
In her stead.
Maybe I can. We can just find out some information from the people here. If they don't seem to consider it a threat as of the moment, it's not a pressing matter. But that is something we might have to deal with eventually.
All right. Well, I would say
First thing is getting Hera to some help.
Right. So you want to go talk to your people and see if they know about that. Skadi, do you want to prepare to get us out of here, if that is the case? Do you want me to do anything?
Do you want to wear this? Pillar of War? That and the Pillar of Life are both armor.
Well,
So I can't wear both at the same
What
time.
do you want to wear?
Well, I'm wearing the Pillar of Life.
Oh, then yeah, I'll put this on. This is cool. Cool beans.
Okay. I will be back.
Okay.
So you begin walking towards the door, and as you open it up, you see a hand sort of fall. Oh, sorry. I got sent up by DeRozo. Really preoccupied. Said that you would need an assistant to make sure that you got to the right location. The people are waiting.
What are they waiting for? Obviously me, but what are they waiting for me to do?
DeRozo has been saying that you'll tell the people what the plan is and how things are going to unfold now that our king is back and all of that.
Is it because it's breakfast?
Well, have you eaten yet? I could go for a nip if you have some food lying around.
Terry,
Is Sproigins in there? Has he got his little grilled leeks thing going?
you made a deal with Sproigins about leaving this plane, correct?
Well, right, yeah. The idea there was that I would continue to serve the king in a completely different other place fashion. Yes.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah, go ahead and roll it.
Uh, 26.
He seems to be on the straight and narrow.
Charismatic as fuck.
And I think if we are to spread the word that is the king of the glory shadow, we have to make sure that we're able to touch multiple planes. I'm thinking I could be your foothold on the material plane.
You know what, Terry? I don't care what people say about you. I like you.
What did they say about me?
They say that they don't like you.
Can't imagine why. I
Me
thought I
neither.
was
friends with everyone.
I saw you healing those people yesterday.
That's right. Use some of my best potions, similar to what I would do on the material plane
I appreciate
for
that.
my king.
Well, ultimately, that is... Okay.
Are we hearing any of this?
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
he's
the door's
right,
open,
He's right
yeah.
inside the doorway.
Okay.
Well,
Okay, so I think that
let's get going.
yeah.
If anyone wants to join, they can, but I gotta go talk to my people.
Yeah, we'll back you up.
All right. Well, I would be happy to escort you if you're ready.
You guys can stay or go, it doesn't matter.
We'll
But
come
I
with you. I
gotta
do have a
Make way, King Petty coming through.
I'm gonna stay.
I'll stay with you. I would not need to go into the castle again.
Okay. So he eventually leads you out towards the main thoroughfare and down towards the central area where you would walk into the entrance to lead you toward the main sort of makeshift barracks area that you were in just recently. And there you find what appear to be a number of guards standing much more upright, a number of people who were probably not guards or soldiers at some point up and about, and as you kind of walk in, they all sort of just bow their heads down and sort of humble into themselves almost, bowing at your presence and sort of touching your hand as you are, thank you. Just kind of letting you continue on, and everybody begins to come to attention. All of your guards sort of stand up very rigidly, and everyone else is kind of confused as to how to act and just sort of lower their heads, and everyone seems to be kind of waiting on some kind of indicator. My king, I apologize for not fetching you myself. I felt it a job Terry could accomplish, and I had to see to a matter. I hope you understand. I apologize.
What was the matter?
There is one of our remaining men. He lingers on the edge. Strong soldier, loyal, dedicated to the Gloryfell. He will serve you well. I needed to ensure he would remain with us, Your Highness.
Did he? Is he?
He lives at the moment, yes, my king.
Could I help?
You have done more than enough, I assure you.
Could I help?
He will pull through. It was close for a moment.
Who is this individual?
Vacket, he's still resting. I can try to fetch him if you would like
No,
a
no,
word.
no, no, no. That's fine. Who is he to you?
He is one of the Golden Wing. He is a feather in our glory. He is part of us, my king.
But you tended to him personally.
Some of us simply have more experience with healing wounds from battle and things of the like. We are desperately short on healers, obviously, as you've remarked upon.
Can I get an insight on that?
Go roll.
That's gonna be a 23.
He seems very truthful.
There's nothing else there? Okay.
Seems like he's just trying to explain his perspective to you.
No deeper feelings?
No inside chicken.
Okay. Well, it appears that the people would like to know what's going on.
Yes, I had thought in due time our king would give us our next direction. The future of the Gloryfell hangs on your lips, my king, and I would surely appreciate as much as anyone else, I imagine, determining where we ought to go.
Before we get to that, do you know of a blackened armor construct that wanders?
Yes.
Do you know what this is? Why it's there? Does it wander up here? Or does it just stay?
We're not entirely sure. Encounters with it have not gone in our favor.
I can imagine.
It's called the Night of Death. He seems to wander the city. He impedes our scavenging and makes it difficult to move sometimes, but he has never attacked us outright. I have not seen him on this side of the empty valley even. He is an enigma to us. Berendel spent much time trying to determine his motivations, but this man or creature, or whatever he is both dangerous and interested in being left alone, and we are happy to do the latter.
Okay. Would there be a great advantage to him being gone? Is there much to scavenge even in the town?
Much was used, destroyed, spent, burned. The broken Maya was not always the broken Maya. That is a more recent development, as I'm sure you can imagine.
Okay.
Once the hopeful spire fractured, the people within it did as well. Just as well. He has not proven a significant issue thus far. We can scavenge around him if need be, and I think at this moment in time our people need...
Is the garden that Skadi placed, is that growing? How is that doing?
It will need tending to. I will be honest, my king, it has not been a priority the past couple days.
Okay.
How rude.
It may provide some benefit yet, or at least ease the burden of the requirements of our scouts, but there's too much yet to be determined, I'm afraid.
Darzo, before I talk to everyone, I need to know how you would feel about being in charge if I were to need to leave, or
Well,
if
I
you
can
needed
keep
to...
command of my flank, and I will carry out your orders to the best of my ability, of course. Every feather in the wing helps us fly. I will do whatever you ask.
But this will be a very difficult task. These are difficult times. A lot of burden would be placed on you to carry out what is necessary to survive.
I understand, my king. I'm ready to take my place among the golden battlefield if necessary. I will dedicate myself to your orders. I just want to see these people given hope, and
Agreed.
I think they are anxious to hear your words, my king.
Okay.
Shall I assemble everyone?
Yes.
Before
Please.
you do...
You're not there.
Yes, I am.
You came down?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, sure.
You said the Hopeful Spire?
Yes.
Why was it named that?
There was once a tower that stood in the middle of town with a golden fountain underneath it. The city built around it was the origination of our glorious origins. The tower eventually crumbled. The fountain dried up. The last few remaining hopeful tried to come here, and by that point in time, everything was already lost.
So the people were called the Hopeful?
Only in passing. Everyone from the Hopeful Spire had tried to make their way to the Golden Wing Keep if they were able.
Do you know anything that's called the Fire's Deep?
I don't.
Okay.
I'm sorry. All of this arcane knowledge and deep storied lore is beyond my comprehension. I know only of the 9 planes what Berendel has told us, and know only the history of the city as far back as I can recall. I'm afraid. I'm sorry.
Other than Terry, would there be anyone who would know?
I mean, we all have very much a similar set of knowledge, I believe. We've all been here, fighting the same enemy, working with the same resources, drawing from the same pools of knowledge. The idea was to spread around the knowledge as much as possible, make sure as many people have it so it continues to live for as long as we do.
Thank you.
I'll assemble ranks. Everyone, flank up! And you see the guards kind of muster themselves to their feet. If they're sitting on the walls, the remaining guards still sitting resolute in front of you, and all of the sort of seemingly more civilian-oriented people kind of begin to pick their heads up from their hunched forms and stand up kind of very sheepishly and kind of come in to form this awkward semicircle in front of you. Durazo disappears out of the hallway, kind of does some quick checking, helps someone up, and they're kind of like almost crutched in a little bit, but even they, fighting through pain a little bit, kind of rigid themselves up at the end of the formation. I believe everyone is here, my king. I'll take my place. And he steps back and jumps into one of the lines designated in front of you.
We've had some great success as of late. It has come at an extreme cost. All of you are aware of that. And I hate to say it, but the cost will continue to grow. We have breath again. We have a chance to live. But as a society, we will continue to sacrifice until we can fully make it. Darazo has been an extremely powerful ally in taking down Advar, in helping Berendel, in helping me, in helping our group. And I would like to see him take Berendel's place as the Flywing. And look down at him and give him a little nod.
I was gonna ask how panicked he looks.
They're all standing perfectly still. No one seems to react, with the exception of the civilians who are kind of...
The one other thing that'll change is that today you no longer serve your king.
Now you see some guards kind of... Did you hear what I heard? Kind of giving each other side of the eye looks.
Your king will serve you. You have sacrificed greatly for my family. And now it is time that that debt is repaid. I will do everything in my power to bring the society back, to bring the glory veil back. Bling bling! I don't know how we will get there currently, but I know we will. My team and I, we will unfortunately have to leave this place, and Darazo will be in charge.
You see a lot of the lowered heads kind of look a little worried.
Advara being turned into what she became was not of her own choice or doing. There is a greater evil out there, a greater evil which has not been dealt with yet. Although Advara is not here anymore to attack you daily or weekly or whatever it was, there is still a great risk out there. And the group that I travel with and myself must continue down the journey of putting an end to this. Your task now is to survive at all costs. If I can lend anything to that, I will. I will sacrifice it in an instant. But I unfortunately will have to leave. We have won a great battle, but it is not over, and you need to continue to be strong. I will be leaving shortly. I will be available if anyone needs anything from me, and I will continue to make my way through and heal if I can.
Make a charisma check.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
It's all over the place.
Yeah. Not good. Oh, I'm +1 in that. 7.
7. Fantastic. So
Should've
you
taken that
still
one.
see the definitive sense of worry draped across the face of your former subjects. Some of the guards still seem confused, and you actually see Durazel sort of step out of line, kind of awkwardly walk forward, step in front of all the ranks, and kind of lean into you. My king, are these your orders?
I'd like to... I don't know if this is going to work. But I'd like to take a step back from him and say, for glory, and hope that my wings will pop out.
Once you attune to it,
Yeah, I attuned to it.
Yeah.
you have the command word.
Then it for glory.
All right. So you see, for the first time ever, these metallic wings unfold like sort of Chinese folding fans that have these sort of runic carvings that look like thin embroidered metal in between these large flanges of goldenrod. And they extend up, not quite to the size that Hera's do, but they take up a great deal of room. And there's actually a couple people close on either flank that
Archangels.
yeah. I will let you make another charisma check. This is the first time they've seen their true king again.
It was a fucking bummer Skadi and they're not there.
Yeah.
18.
They're more convinced. They.
Oh, the wings.
Yeah. That's what I. Okay, now I remember.
Okay.
Yeah. And you see everybody kind of. A few of them are kind of like angling their head at Durazel, like shifting back and forth. A couple of the kids are sort of peering around like adults' legs.
It's just, I'll like look down at Taraz and I'll go, lead the people for glory, and I'll like fly out the window and go back up to my room.
Peace out, bitches.
Getting your
Just leave Hara there.
Make an initiative check for me.
23.
Okay, so you, for glory, and you turn and just immediately jet out of sight, and you see Durazel. You see Durazel. My king!
I don't know what to do.
There is a ritual. And Walker's just gone, and you see Durazo turn around, look at the rest of the flanks. I don't have the wings yet. Just help the wounded. Stop staring. All right, go. On with you. Come on. You heard him. And eventually you see the guards kind of, okay. And then they just sort of shuffle on. If before he goes,
I'll make
you
sure
could
he
just
comes,
let him,
yeah.
there's a thing.
A ritual, I heard.
Right.
Yep.
It's required, it's part of the title.
It
You can't without.
can't be it.
Right.
Yeah. I'm gonna go do that
I
now.
was gonna whisper, and then he yelled and flew away.
I know. I think he panicked a little bit. He's not really used to whole crowds thing.
It was very cool.
It was. It
Yes.
was. I was very impressed.
I mean, I
First time using
think-
him too.
People also would have sort of felt like the king would have known there was a ritual, and I sort of chased him like a dummy.
Well, there was the whole like different planes thing. It did
Yeah.
with the memories. Maybe he just wanted to do. He wanted to do a special thing with it later. That's the deal. Yeah.
Well,
What's the
I've-
ritual?
There's a small incantation, and I must have the blessing from the king, and it's
title that's bestowed, but also it has a minor arcane component.
Okay, okay. Do you know the incantation?
Yes, yeah, it's have to fetch Barendel's pretty hat, but I'll just be around. Let me know.
Barendel's pretty hat?
Yes,
What's his pretty hat?
the Crown of Ages. It's a symbolic sort of. It's meant to be the eyes for the king.
Gotcha.
So
the Flywing is the one who maintains the Crown of Ages?
well, as long as the ritual is performed, it would currently do me no good.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm gonna go take care of that.
Well, yeah, I'll just be here, helping people.
Well, thank you.
Yes. Heal that man.
Just kind of like trying to take on a leadership role out of nowhere.
I walk up back to the room hoping that's where he went.
Is there an open window?
Well, technically there would not be, no.
Are you like outside?
There might be now.
I'm going to etherealness through the window.
Okay. Then
After doing a couple barrel rolls and some other things.
do a barrel roll.
Also, props on like being able to fly for your first time. So
Is that your peppy?
Do a barrel roll.
So I will just come in through the window. But you guys are still in the mansion.
No.
No, they're
We're just
outside.
in the room.
You guys are in the room.
Yeah.
So you see me.
No. Did we go in the room? I thought we were like out in the courtyard.
No, you're in the room.
Oh.
I thought you were
Did you do this when you came in?
Yeah.
Because then they can't see you.
Yeah.
That's how this works.
Yeah.
Brian.
What?
So while they're gone, the plan.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Make sure you do that.
What do you guys want to do?
did you guys want to do anything before we show back up?
No, I'm just gonna hang out with this because Sproigins is in on the plan. He knows what it is.
So what do you guys think I need to do to get some wings?
You can polymorph to get wings though. Like we can all fly now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to be me with wings.
Well, you know how you can just like and turn into stuff? Can you just into some wings?
No. You know for a damn fact that's not how that works.
Maybe just talk to Shinar and she'll give you some mustache.
Yeah,
wings.
some mustache wings.
I don't want to fly from my face.
No, mustache out your back.
Wait, like they would be wings, but
a mustache.
Mustache hair. Anyways,
Hara, how did it go over?
it was super cool.
Okay.
The wings are freaking awesome.
Thought I lost it there for a second.
You just like bounced out.
Yeah, I thought it was like dramatic. So.
It was very dramatic.
Sounds cool.
Darazo chased after you for a little bit. Darazo, god damn it.
You even wrote it.
Darazo.
It's
Dur.
Durazo.
I don't think that's gonna be the part that
or like do
gets
the
you to do it.
DUA like Durazo.
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 Dur.
Now that we got his name down.
So, Durazo was chasing after you because you can't just title someone to be the Flywing. There's like a ritual. You guys said you found that Crown of Ages, right?
Nope.
Did you not say that at all?
Literally wearing it.
So, that's actually given to the Flywing, and they're the ones who can use it. And that is part of the ritual. You need to give it back.
I mean, I can.
No, you're not going to be the Flywing and live here forever. So,
I'm
there
gonna
is
start
a
making
ritual.
Sproigins a crown.
You need to do that ritual with him for him to have that leadership actual title.
And then I can get the crown back?
No, you'll never get the crown back.
Fuck!
I mean, when everything's all said and done, you can come back and be the Flywing.
I don't want to be a flywing.
I mean, you can still make him the fly wing and bounce. It's up to you.
I don't want to be the. Thank you.
Okay, I'll go do that. Do we have a destination?
No.
Are we just leaving that weird night thing there? Oh,
Yes.
okay, wait.
Yes, I got it.
Okay, I've been
Details
feeling a
on that,
little
by
bit
the way.
off, so I keep forgetting to tell you guys stuff. First, while you were doing I read the book, that celestial book,
Oh, the thing.
and I read something about in the burning swirl of fire, Daglon, Snar, and Spillion emerged from the Underdark, but one would never be the same. I don't know when this was, because it's like
you take 8 points of poison damage.
I don't feel good.
Yeah.
And then
Just those three?
Durazo, just those three. There was nobody else.
Durazo.
What did I say?
Durzo.
We'll practice out of game. You'll be ready next week.
I mean, we've had a lot of practice in
I'm pretty sure she says his name more than anyone else.
Yes, I say it wrong.
Yeah.
You
How are
said
you not
perception?
proficient in this yet?
We'll go through drills.
No cards.
Durazo.
It's gonna be like 5.
Was talking about, okay, you know that tower that was near the fountain? That's all broken?
Mm-hmm.
Everything
was
is fucking broken.
Called the Spire of the Hopeful. And
Hopeful Spire.
The people who were there were the hopeful.
Like in the poem.
The poem. And there at end in Fire's Deep, all the hopeful go to sleep.
Well, they all are asleep because they're dead now.
Mhm.
Right. So
are we in Fire's Deep?
I don't know. But that thing is walking on the side with the spire, right?
Well, the spire is just part of the middle central area of town.
But I mean, like, that's the side that he's on. The knight with the like.
The spire would have been in the center of the town.
Does the chainmail guy go there? In that area?
I'm sure you'd have no way of
I have
knowing.
no idea.
Death Knight or what? was
Night
it?
of Death.
Night of Death.
They
Unless they like you get in his range, he doesn't mess with you though.
I got in his range.
Yeah,
Alright, well, fuck him.
you call him the Night of Death.
But I mean, like,
Well, it's gonna be the
What-
stupid of
I
death.
bet you'll.
what did
come
he
up with
say
something better
happened? The
tomorrow.
spire fell apart, and then the fountain dried up, and he didn't mention if this happened before or after Advara turned all cursy. I forgot to ask if that was before or after Advara turned
Well,
all
it sounds
cursy.
like you guys have a ritual to go perform. You could ask him when you see him again.
Well, that's really far away.
Well, Hara, I think. I mean, all this information and whether we can work through it or not is not important at the moment because our number one thing that we have to do is get you somewhere where we can heal you.
I mean, it sounds like the number one thing you have to do is do a ritual.
Well, I mean, I'll do the ritual.
You go do the ritual. I'm gonna just sit down for a while.
Okay.
I cast Healing Word at 5th level, and she gets 15. So,
Okay.
sorry. I rolled all 2s and a 1.
Ooh.
So that was 15.
You
Cool.
don't get 15.
Yeah.
I get 1.
Based on the carryover, I'll say you get 2.
I'm at 17.
Killing it.
Killing
Well,
Hara.
Really?
Too soon, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Too soon.
Yeah, it kind of, going unconscious during the Advara fight while also being poisoned hasn't really let me climb back up.
It almost seems as if as it continues to get worse, you can continue to heal and dump in healing,
And nothing will happen.
but it continues to outpace and get worse, which leads to a slow death for anyone who has access to abundant healing.
Alright, he's gonna do his ritual.
Okay, so we'll say for the sake of brevity then, you make your way down to Razo. Ah, my king. Yeah, I tried to tell you before you.
Yeah, I know.
It was a very good display.
Mhm. I wanted the people to see their king kingly.
Excellent. That
I'm not there.
was well accomplished, my king.
You know, sometimes you just go with it.
Yes. Exactly.
Are you ready to become the Flywing?
Yes. There's no one really here anymore.
Does anyone need to be here?
No. All right.
Durazo, do you want people to be here?
No, my king. If they had seen it, they may have sort of gravitated to your change of leadership maybe more readily, but I feel your wing plume at the end
Wing plume.
has them rather motivated. I took the liberty of scratching down the incantations for you. It should be,
Oh, okay.
as long as you are still able to read Sylvan, I presume.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Hold on one second. Teresa? I forgot a very important piece up in the room. I'll be right back.
You left the crown.
Yep.
He says as he
I'll be
hides
right
the
back.
crown behind his back.
Guys,
What?
That was fast as hell.
I grabbed the crown from you, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because remember I made him a flower.
I need the helmet. Well, no, I need someone to come tell me. Someone tell me what this says.
I'm gonna grab it and just read it.
Okay.
Well, can't you guys?
What does it say?
I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
This
Cast-
is a simple incantation.
It just says
regarding sort of the passage of ownership of the Flywing to said individual.
that.
Can
Jaboo,
you
jabby,
cast
jaboo.
comprehend languages on him? Oh, it's a self-only spell.
How does my attempt of translating what she said back to her sound?
Both of you make an intelligence check.
Itself.
13.
2.
Seems pretty good.
What do you guys think?
I'll go with
I
you.
can't read it. I don't know.
I'll come with you.
But you're gonna turn someone into.
Hey,
the
can you
Flywing?
do the thing where you that
What
he
a
does?
shit show.
No.
How
Yeah,
about-
I can. Can't I?
No.
Oh.
Can you do
No,
the?
you-
Can
What do you want me to do?
I
This.
need what?
Do you want me?
I need you to do the thing where you can understand languages,
Yes.
but then tell me it.
Okay.
So I can perform the ritual to have the Flywing.
Okay. So here's the thing: is I want your crown.
Okay.
Not right now,
Okay,
but
so
when we leave.
Here's the deal. You can have it whenever we're not on this plane.
Yeah.
Okay, deal.
Cool. All right.
But then it's right back.
Yeah. That's what we just.
Okay.
discussed.
We're on this plane though, so I'm not going to give it to you.
I
Let's
don't
go.
want you to. Just when we get back, when
So
I
you
have my
eventually
kingly vestments
Work
and the
your
crown.
way down to the main area. You actually see Durazo kind of.
Ah, Durazo.
My king.
Yes, I brought a witness.
Yes.
He's leaving soon, is he not?
He's a big talker, like Terry.
Is he leaving as well?
Terry? Yeah, we're taking him with you. You will no longer need his services.
He could do much good somewhere.
No, nowhere. Nowhere, but
Somewhere
definitely
other than
not
here.
here.
He's a big loss.
All right, give me the paper.
Well, I suppose both of us can just move
I
on.
already have you already gave it to me.
And
I
he
already have it.
bends down, takes a knee in front of you, and kind of just stands there.
All right. Comprehend languages.
Okay.
Shit. No, it wouldn't matter. Message isn't concentration. So I'll do message. Send it into his brain, exactly reading the paper.
Okay. I am going to have you make an intelligence check at advantage.
All right.
I know what you guys should have
Plus
done.
2, actually.
+2.
Yeah, you're only trying to read and
So
translate.
at advantage and then +2.
Correct.
Cool.
You must make a performance check.
Should have just had me turn into you.
Why didn't you
Should have had you do modify memory and plant it in his head.
9?
Mine was 21.
Okay. So, as the words begin to flood into your mind, line by line, and then stopping to reiterate pieces as you pause for a moment,
it gets to the point where you're trying to do dramatic recitation, and then you become the golden wing. Your wings, you become the golden kingly. And it is this just Sproigins sitting back.
You gotta say it louder.
You can hear me just fine in your fucking brain.
Oh.
I don't say it out loud. I say it with my brain to your brain.
You say, oh, and
Oh, the crown!
yes, my king, it is a crown.
For the Flywing!
That's who it's for.
Stop diverting from the fucking reading.
Okay.
And eventually you two stumble your way through this extremely awkward exchange. And on your 2.5 attempt of performing the ritual, after having to stop and start over once, it seems as if the arcane embrace takes hold. And Durazo stands back up, and you see his eyes are of diamond white and almost have the geometric reflection of a fly's eye for a brief moment before he blinks again and...
Durazo?
I think it worked.
I mean, of course it worked. I'm the king.
Yes, you are.
And you are the Flywing. And this is the witness.
Oh my god.
You fucking what? What? It's a fucking crown! God damn it! What? Tell me exactly. Is it gross? What is going on with your face?
I'm afraid I'm having difficulty adjusting. The passage of the crown of ages is a jarring experience, I'm told.
I'm told.
I would like to roll insight. I feel like he doesn't want to call me fucking gross.
Make an insight check.
Yes! He thinks I'm fucking gross! Doesn't he?
He's holding something back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
Bye. I'm gonna go.
it's great. Good job.
Give my apologies to Sproigins.
Yeah, what did you do? It's okay. He'll be fine. He's got thick skin.
Yes, he does.
Well, Durazo, I'm going to be leaving soon. Do you need anything?
Oh shit, you don't look like Walker to him anymore.
No. I'll, I have many things to see to, my king.
Yes, you do. Everyone's counting on you now.
Well, everyone I think is counting on you, my king.
Well, I have my path, but you have your own.
Clearer than ever before.
But I,
And every now and then he blinks and he kind of has this shimmer flash across his eyes like a nictating lens that blinks in from the side. It'll take some time for me to adjust, I'm sure.
I'm sure. Well, spread the glory as much as possible while I'm gone, and I will try to return with more aid as I can. I will do what I can to help you and to help this place.
If your mission is a success, I am sure we will be all right, my king.
What do I look like?
Well, he points behind him to the big painting hanging over the central archway. It's different. We always kind of wondered if Berendel had made up falsehoods to
instill hope or to give us something to fight for. Only whispers, my king. There was never disloyalty, but some of us knew we were at our end. The timing of your return was auspicious. But I also think people were ready to believe Barondel, whether it was you or not.
Do the people believe that Advara has fallen?
Yes.
Do they believe that the Gloryfell is coming back?
I believe they want to believe that, my king. My king, do you have any instruments of silver?
I mean, I have instruments of silver. Are you looking for...
Keep them with you. Unless there's anything else you need, I would see to my fly-wing duties now, my king. I would like to get started. There's much to be done.
There is much to be done on my end as well. I think it is time that we part. I will be back.
For glory, my king.
For glory.
What?
Fuck.
His
wings
wings,
pop out.
yeah.
Jesus
I got it.
I looked down and just heard this like noise.
I think it would have been great if it coincided with like a shock against the chair or something. Yeah. So your wings pop out
Nope,
and
just fucking death to Smoochie. over
Bye.
just sideways turns and walks. And
Oh no, I'm flying.
Okay.
We're flying, baby.
So you take off and you leave
Where's
Durazo
the
in
door?
the main entryway. Just like fly, land in it, just
there.
bouncing
Fucking
into it.
land, open the door. Well,
Yep. And eventually make your way back up to the room after the exchange. Sproigins just arriving moments before you. What do you guys want to do?
That
How'd
went
it
well.
yeah. Real fucking well.
What's the plan? Are we heading
Let's get the fuck out of
back
here.
to
We
the
need to grab
material plane?
Terry and go back.
Keep going back up and down these
I'll go
goddamn
get Terry.
stairs.
Well, he could. You came up here like the Crown of Ages works for him.
Yeah.
And what does it do again?
I don't care. Fuck that crown.
I legitimately want to know for this issue.
I don't know if it would do that. I don't remember a whole lot anymore. I have that whole lot. You can use the crown to identify a creature's name, alignment, and their current health points. And,
All of a creature's names.
all the creature's names and spell slots and how many magical items they're attuned to.
Okay.
It's basically really cool.
That is really cool.
So where
I'm sorry.
That guy put the crown on and he knew something that I couldn't see.
Did you ask him?
Yeah. And he
I mean, like, did you ask him, or did you ask him in the way that Sproigins asks people stuff?
well, yeah. I don't know any other way to ask him. He looked
That's
at me.
right.
Looked at me.
You don't know how to be anyone but you.
That's right. He looked at me very,
Sad.
very weird, and then I could tell that I didn't look how.
he was just adjusting to leadership. That's
Shut up. He was not.
He could have just seen your doppelganger side,
Right.
or changeling.
yeah. What's wrong with that?
I mean that.
Because I don't look any different than I look now. But he could have saw the doppelganger and.
What's wrong with that?
You've
Showing
never
all
s-
of us.
No, they look different than how I look. I'm only part.
What I mean
Whatever.
to see, it's not the change self. He just saw the original. That's would be
That crown-
surprising.
she didn't look like a blue elf. She didn't look like an elf. And that crown showed Barondel that.
I'll go get Terry. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
So you open the door and sort of awkwardly looking at the molding.
I quick shut the door
Oh.
behind me before they see that Terry's right there.
Here, gee, what a happy coincidence.
Why are you right here?
I was just
I was using you
looking
as an excuse.
at the molding.
Here.
It seems as if now that the king is back and the Gloryfell is the Gloryfell, we'll have to sand all this down, get it shiny up again.
So you're gonna come back with us to the material plane.
I think that's an excellent idea.
Yeah. What is the real reason that you want to go there? Be truthful.
Well, I would like to serve the king,
Don't lie to me.
King Peter from
You don't even get his name correctly.
Gloryfell. Are you
Just be
making fun
honest.
of my accent?
No, I'm just
I
saying.
feel like that's a little rude. I don't think our king would appreciate that. I think he also has a bit of an accent, and I think people think it's charming.
Because if you're honest, we will not hold you to
Mildly offensive.
any. We'll let you go your own way if you're honest. And you can do whatever you want in the material plane.
I appreciate that. Make a persuasion check.
Jesus. Are you sure it's persuasion? Listen, we'll let you go if you don't fucking lie to me. Otherwise, I don't know.
Oh man.
Be truthful, and you can do what you like.
It's 17.
17. Well, so I would definitely like to serve the King Peter on the material plane because I can spread the good word of King Peter, and also, you know, it's kind of more suited to someone like me. You know, like they have the pointy ears here, I don't have the pointy ears. They're sort of like, hey, not pointy ear guy who knows the magic stuff. But anyway, kind of making fun of your friend Terry.
They made fun of you because of your ears?
Well, they're not pointy, you know. So all of a sudden it's a pointy envy kind of thing, and then you have King Peter coming back and
How about this? Will you please accompany me to see Durazo?
I mean, he's got pointy ears already. I don't know that he...
I just need to talk to him real quick. We'll go talk to him, and then we'll...
You want me to
leave.
come to talk with Durazo for you?
You see this black stuff going on?
Yeah,
I don't feel that good. This is a poison.
yeah.
So will you just walk with me?
You need like a crutch. I could do the arm thing.
In case I need support, yes.
Sure, excellent.
All right.
And then we'll go to
We'll
the
just go to the material plane.
Excellent.
I promise. We'll
Best
take you with
idea
us.
ever.
Yes.
So eventually he escorts you down, begins talking about all of the awesome things he wants to do on the material plane. I'm going to open up a new bait shop in the name of the king. And I'm going to make sure that all of the people get the king's discount. It's 1% for every Hail King Peter. It makes them a
You don't have to
one.
do that. We want you to make some money, you know.
They can also get a coupon. I'll make a coupon for King Peter that he can give to people for an extra 1% off.
Nice.
Grand ideas. And just finally makes your way down to the central chamber. Durazo isn't there.
Is there anybody around?
There's a couple people you could probably try and catch.
Hey, you.
Oh, yeah, you there, God. Oh, that's a
That's
small boy.
That's a small boy.
You there, frail old woman. Yes, that's right.
There's only like 70 people here and you don't know their names.
Well, I mean, it's a small boy and a frail old woman. I sort of feel like they don't. You know, they're not really.
You've been here for long enough, you should know their
They
names.
introduce themselves kind of type.
Excuse me.
I probably saved them while they were unconscious. Couldn't even give me the name. Fucking John's got me dying.
I love Terry so much.
All right, so eventually this older woman, wearing kind of like
Legit
a black sackcloth, yeah, crying from the insults. Yes?
Do you know where Durazo has gone?
Yeah, tell us what you know.
Terry, just let me do the talking.
Yeah, I'm the muscle.
I wish I knew that silent spell everyone throws at me.
I could show you.
Thank you.
Watch.
No, don't you do it. Don't.
Fuck me.
Did you do that? Did you just silence the old woman or Terry?
It's none of you can
All of
hear
us.
each other.
Terry? Go sit in the corner. It's in common.
Just kind of starts meandering over.
Can I
Disappears.
talk?
No.
He could probably talk over there in the corner.
I'm gonna lead the old women outside of the range of the silent spell, going like bop, mop,
Mop.
mop, until I
Eventually,
can hear.
after about 20 or so feet, you clear the range. Oh, good, I can hear you. Go for it. I'll just spill it in you.
How far away is Terry from me?
He's sitting in a corner, probably about another 30 feet beyond still.
Close enough for
Terry,
you
that
to
was very
strike.
impressive. Will you show me again, but cast it on where you're at right now?
Well, I mean, I could, possibly.
I'll tell the king how awesome you are.
Make a deception check.
It's deception.
Uh-huh. 26.
Right. Waves his hands around.
All right. Hi, ma'am.
Yeah,
Can you please tell me where Durazo is?
I don't know.
Do you know who I can ask?
There was a number of people that just left very recently.
Which direction?
Out.
Out
He
this
took-
door?
He took a flank through the main gate, I believe.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
You've been very kind.
So he's going then.
Yeah.
Maybe we just try
No,
Yeah,
we're
well,
going upstairs. Let's go.
material plane thing then.
We return.
Get back to some
I found Terry.
food.
Oh,
Yes, Hara was quite the detective. And
sweet.
found me on my inspection rounds of the castle.
Like a trained detective?
Yeah, like a carriage detective.
Dad jokes. Yeah, he was very impressive out there. Quite
That's what I keep hearing.
awesome.
As she sees.
I
That's right.
really wish you would stay, Terry.
I would love to stay.
I think he would do a lot of good on the material plane.
I also think that.
Clearly. I think it's a unanimous decision, as well as the support of the king.
Yeah,
King Peter on the material plane.
that's right.
So is this how we do this thing?
No,
Do we just...
I'm gonna walk towards, or fumble towards Terry, I guess, and trip.
Okay.
And I'm going to place my hand on Terry,
Okay.
trying
fall
to
in
catch
down.
myself, yes. And then Terry's just gonna disappear.
Is he?
Well, I'm going to attempt to make him just disappear.
What are you casting?
Plane shift.
Disappear person?
Where are you sending him? Do we even know? You're sending him to the fucking Feywild, aren't you?
Hang on, let me quick double check.
He makes a charisma saving throw if he wants to unwillingly go to
You should
where
have
he's
asked
going.
him, do you trust me?
No, because he doesn't.
I'll pull the
I mean,
latest on
he's
it.
pretty trusting.
So you stumble and fall into him. Oh, I got you. Almost. Are you alright?
Would you
Are
roll?
you alright?
I'm okay.
It looks like you tripped there.
I did.
Powerful magics around here. Probably
Yeah.
an invisible twig
Yeah.
or something.
Mm-hmm.
Some kind of uneven board. I'll have to use one of my powerful magics to send a message from the material plane back to here to tell them to make sure not to take care of the board
Yeah.
before too long.
All right.
We would never know.
All right. Ace, do you want to come in the necklace quick?
Hearing that, I want to take out the eye.
I didn't say that in game.
Aww.
Wait, you're talking to Is?
Ace, do you want to get in the necklace quick? We're about to go somewhere. We're gonna leave this plane. Yeah? Okay. Falter.
Get sucked in.
Before we bounce out, all of that random stuff that you guys found that was like components for some sort of spell or whatever,
Yeah, put them in my bag.
I was gonna say, do you want to leave them? Because maybe there's some part of the flywing thing.
Why would they be a part of a flywing thing?
Because the person who was the flywing had them.
And his room was all on fire?
Doesn't sound very flywingy. Do you want me to
No, it
leave
actually
stuff?
I
sounds pretty
mean,
dark magic-y.
I would,
Right.
Actually, can you pull out that... Never mind, we'll do that later.
I mean, I don't know. Sproigins, with your
Yes,
best
my king.
judgment, make a decision.
Make a decision on what?
I don't know if those things are gonna help.
No,
Or
this shit
not.
is weird. I don't.
Anything that's not nailed down is what I say. I mean, when we get back to the material plane, right? If there is an altar
Yeah.
and it doesn't have things nailed to it, it is now an altar for King Peter.
Terry.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep this stuff.
Okay.
There was something.
Yeah, I'm
off
ready.
with
Let's
his
go.
room.
So do we just touch each other?
Yeah.
Where are we going?
Do we have to hug, or
Oh,
is
yeah.
it like a hand hold? Maybe we put our
We
hands
hold
in each
hands.
other's pockets.
No, we
No.
hold hands.
Do not put your hand in my pocket.
You sure you want to come with?
You're gonna lose your hand.
Yeah, I'm
You sure?
pretty positive. I think I should come with. Yep. With
Right.
King Peter stuff to do.
Good luck, Durazo.
I'm gonna look.
is
I'm gonna look
excellent.
over at Sproigins. I'm gonna wink. And I'm gonna plane shift us.
The blue arcane energy begins to create the runes on the ground, washing over, and eventually you're all transported through the quick jet of white light before the tunnel snaps and breaks at the very end of your travels through this planar shifting aspect. You arrive adjusting to finally seeing plants that are alive again, and greens and actual real grass and trees and things that feel like they haven't been subject to decay for hundreds of years. And there is leaves are pinkish and blue leaves. And as you're kind of still trying to get a bearing, you all just kind of right in front of your eye line, like the tour entrance of Jurassic Park, watch a tree walk by. Welcome back to the Feywild. And that's where we're going to leave it this week.
I fucking hate the
I mean, I think we all fucking hate the fact.
Oh man.
As all of us who realize where we are like, oh god, no.
So,
Good idea.
we ended up
That was a
running
good
a
idea.
little longer, but we had a lot of fun, and you brought Terry to the Feywild.
Terry should have just let me plane shift him to the
He
material
rolled a
world.
31 for his save.
Which is why you ask people, do you trust me?
No, he wouldn't have.
Terry's not a very trusting
Yeah.
kind of person. If you gave him some gold, maybe, as collateral for your trust.
I have no gold.
Well, I don't think I can trust
We
you.
are the
We have platinum.
brokest
No, I have
adventurers
18 copper, 8 silver, and 5 gold. That is what I have.
You've
We've had
copper
5
because
gold.
of that fish you bought.
For
Yeah.
everybody still hanging out, again, thank you guys so much for hanging. Remember to like, remember to subscribe, remember to share, remember to WordPress our MySpace page.
Pretty sure that's the thing. We will be playing Tuesday. We're going to be doing Let's Play. Based on the current circumstances, we will probably still be doing Fallout because that is the ish. And we may also just be doing some random streams before then anyway. But
Join me in the chat.
Just point at me.
That was
Just
an
pointing.
arbitrary.
I was like, I mean, I might.
That was like
They spin the bottle land.
We'll probably
Yeah.
end up doing what we do when we play Overwatch, which is being super supportive when we suck.
I mean, so that's also a thing.
So
But keep an eye out for some of that. But definitely Tuesday, we will be there playing some more stuff. So just come hang out, have a good time. We're going to be.
Mega Man Soccer.
Yes. We're
We'll
going to
have
make
to-
that a thing. I don't know when or how, but we
No.
will. So, until.
Britney's dance beat? No? Okay.
Probably not that one.
You need a dance pad for that?
Until
you
then,
don't.
just keep an eye out. Make sure you're sharing. Like I said, thanks for tuning in. And until we see you next time, party on.
Bye, guys.